Yeah. I don't know. Matt may have gotten confused, but there's a spot where we were searching for stuff. It might be in Tarsus, but there's a spot where we were looking for stuff, and there's like a flooded passageway.
Is that like where your ring or whatever got thrown in the water? We were all searching in the water? Or the maul, or the mace. The mace got thrown in the water, right? Or he thought it did? Is that where you're talking?
That might be.
Oh yeah, the unholy maze. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Elder
there's two
Ones.
places.
Yeah, that's the one. I jumped
The two
in
places are
trying
the
to find
watery
it.
area and the lava area. There are two things that he said.
Yeah, because there was some passageways that we kind of glossed over that we could have went down, and I think going through those
Oh well, I know where
finally
the
close that chapter.
I know where the strange heat is. If that's what he's talking about. I know
Yeah,
what that.
That was
Green
one of
Heat.
them.
and then
The other one's there's a flooded passageway that was right by. That might not even be in here. It might be, I think, in another area. But it's like the flooded passageway with the other caved-in area. There were two areas to explore that we kind of couldn't get through and left them.
All right. Let me make sure I have those maps ready. I think I know the area, or one of the areas he's talking about.
on the plus side, we're back at the starting level, so the enemy should be really easy now.
It's true. This isn't like one of those games where they level up with you.
Yeah.
Or is it? Bum, bum,
Or
bum.
is it Psych?
Psych.
Oh, we'll find out.
We'll just have to find out.
How did you die at level 1 when you were level 9? The enemy's scale.
So wait, is the plan just to farm the earlier levels for XP and then fight the big boss at the end? Well,
Yeah,
at
we're
the
just
end?
gonna grind levels for,
Oh.
6-8 months.
I
And then we'll go
remember.
fight Malik face to face.
I remember this old D&D comic from 2nd edition where like these adventurers they crawl into this hole and like there's a bunch of like mind flayers and like death knights that like almost kill them and then they run out. And like some lower level party like crawls in while they're resting. And they're like, don't go in there, and the lower level party comes out with a bunch of loot. Like, what the fuck? And they're like, the monster level scale, and they're like, this is bullshit.
That checks out.
Nice.
Alright, what was I doing? I distracted myself. Alright.
Players fleeing from battle, that doesn't
Inconceivable.
Oh, in 2nd edition, they definitely fled from battle.
Yep.
Usually with several of their people dying. Unless they were lucky. Sometimes you gotta run away. Alright, this is
that
annoying.
doesn't seem to happen too often.
Well, not in 5th edition.
I like the idea of that happening, but
Well, you say
like
that.
it.
I don't know. I tend to shy away from. So a lot of people feel like I'm punishing them if I put things in that like just completely decimate. Usually, though, it's like if you do like kind of a warning, it can work. Like, hey, these
you
might
telegraph it,
Yeah, you can kind
and
of.
if it's not like an insta kill where they're like it's very clear to them that this is a little bit more than they can chew.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely been encounters that were close. I don't know if this group has ever run from any encounters. I don't remember.
Does ride a train work?
Dude, we definitely didn't run from that fight where Elric died.
Oh, that's true. You did retreat from that one. So I guess there are some where you do retreat from.
Most of the time we just stand there
Okay,
until
so
running is no less detrimental than dying.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just reading something over. Make sure I have this right.
all right, so I know we were talking with Matt. We were talking about trying to do a few of the quests that we had left. One of them is There's a Rune Master ring. There's a skeleton that's locked behind a force shield somewhere down here. There's a pillar room somewhere down here that we left. There's a cave-in. And then there's also that the hot tunnel cave or whatever, the hot spot, the weird hot spot thing.
Did you just join a little bit late, Mikey? Or were you?
Did I join late?
Yeah.
They already
Yeah,
sort of discussed what they were doing.
He joined after I did, which I missed pretty much all the plans.
Gotcha.
Oh yeah, I joined like
No, that's
a
good
couple
to,
minutes too.
that's good to
Sorry,
point
yeah.
out, though.
The two rooms I was thinking, Lou, I think were in the Alcavian labs, the one I was saying. There was like the flooded passage that we like knew there was a passage to, but didn't want to swim through it. And then there was also the caved in area where we could see it continue forward. Those two secret areas. That was in the Alcavian labs. So we
Yeah.
didn't do that.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking of. But there are a few other spots down here that we have yet to do.
Alright, I was just getting some stuff in order because for whatever reason something I had
So
planned
Oh.
and broke. But I think we're pretty much ready to go. So session 76 of the Holy Trinity, the Secrets of Isik. We have no one's supposed to be missing today. It was going to be Ria's turn to scribe, but she's not here yet. Next on the list would be Alwyn. Alwyn, do you want to grab it? And I'll just keep her at the top of the list for next week.
Yeah, that's fine.
Alright, so Alwyn.
I'm doing scribe this week. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll put you down for scribe. We have Radu as quartermaster. Are you okay? Or wait, it's his turn, but are we putting Kudo on quartermaster in this group? I always forget. Are you just permanent
He
quartermaster?
was until he was fixing it. Oh, sorry.
It's done. So, Radu, if you don't mind, I'd like to pass over the
No problem.
reins to you. You can
Okay, so
any questions that you have with it to help you out.
Okay. Actually, I don't think we have a quartermaster rotation. So let me just make that quick.
we did at one point, so
Is the modified one up there, Kudo? The one that you...
It is the only one that be up there.
Okay.
Whatever you're talking
yeah, it's pinned as well.
Alright, so I'll say Radu is taking it this week.
Let me know if you can find it, Radu.
Oh, yeah, no, I popped it up. I wanted to make sure I was grabbing the right one, and that's it.
Now, our previous scribe, I have as Clank. Although, obviously, he is not here. Does someone want to give a quick rundown of his last, of his notes?
I'll read it real quick.
Alright. Thank you.
Do it up.
Okay, so on the Iron Horse on our way south, our group finds itself at a crossroads. We find ourselves in Isik, somewhat unsure and uncertain of what to do and where we are. The objective seemed obvious when we first arrived: unlock the vault. But the more we learn about Isik, the more opaque our world becomes. Our experience at the Cursed Church in Char still haunts me. How is everything tied together? The Alhoons and Lady Xanathor's arrival following the ritual, the similarities between the rituals that curse Isik and Char's Cursed Church, and then there is Malik, the apprentice who apparently has risen to power under the Shadow Lord. Kudo and Ria's arrival to our group. Is all of this connected to the vault that we are searching for? We find ourselves slowly learning the controls of the Iron Horse. We plan to continue to run this Iron Horse for a day and see where we end up. And while I suggested we find somewhere to rest, others suggested we take shift driving this Iron Horse. After a short bit of travel, lights on the Iron Horse begin flashing, and we find ourselves at a fork in the track, an old yard with a roundabout, and a path that seemed to continue on. We decided to hop out and explore the area a bit. We did not find much aside the magical conductor's hat. but we decided to continue on track to figure out how to turn the train around. We rest along with other members of all the magical miscreants.
Oh, this is the wrong route.
What? This is definitely it, Matt. Yeah, Matt said magical miscreants. Yeah, it's definitely Holy Trinity still. Okay, yeah. Alwyn decided he would
Whoops.
drive through the night. I am unsure how long I was asleep when I'm jolted awake by Alwyn slamming on the brakes. It seems a large boulder is now across the tracks. As we approach, we see the boulder is no boulder. Instead, it's the hand of a giant golem. We step out, begin exploring the area, figuring out how to move this giant golem's hand. An ambush! How did we not suspect this? Ophelia emboldened us through her bond to Palor when a giant earth elemental jumps out of the ground. Quickly, 2 more elementals join the fight, but one by one, we slowly whittle the elementals to dust on the ground, each of us expending powerful resources and magic to destroy them. Before we could take the elementals out, they severely damaged the iron horse, and when the battle fades, Ophelia, who is now a giant ape, moved the golem hand from the tracks, letting us pass. Unfortunately, the iron horse was broken, so we decided we were stuck and had no choice but to rest the night. Luckily, no more elementals attacked us, and when we arose in the morning, Clank prepared breakfast and tea, and we prepared ourselves for a long day repairing this iron horse. Although it takes us almost a full day, we did repair it. Alwyn started the iron horse back up and then led us forward. An hour later, we find ourselves at the station that we suspect is somewhere near under Char, and this new station looked remarkably similar to the one that we found the iron horse in. We spent some time exploring the station, although we do not find much, and we leave, heading out west. And here we find ourselves trapped by a cave-in. We decide to clear this cave so that we can have access to these tunnels under Char. Following a discussion, we decided to spend a day exploring the halls of Tarsus before we return to Isik via the Iron Horse. And this adventure on the Iron Horse has given us such an easy route to return quickly to these tunnels under Char. We do not have much business left here, and Alwyn brought up a good many points about tying up loose ends here that we can do. But how do we go about doing that is a different question. Kudo continued to emphasize of our need to return to Isik. But once we get back to Isik, what are our goals? We need to find the vault and the Alhoun's Reign of Terror, explore the island of the undead that we cannot see. That was the one with that crazy thing swimming in there, apparently. Learn about Lady Xanathor, collect the shadow crystals, kill Sithril. Matt, yeah, okay, that makes sense. And learn of who the Fae in Isik. MVP was Clank. We ended up finding that the Contactor had some essence and some diamonds and rubies and emeralds. So that leaves us to where we are now, getting ready to explore the halls.
All right, thank you for that recap.
I want to add to the group is that uncut diamond might be helpful for teleportation circles. Just FYI.
All right. So
What is it, like a catalyst for a spell?
It's the components needed to make a teleportation circle.
All right. So it is the 58th of fall at 11 a.m. when we are picking things up. So currently we are inside or under the city of Char in an old dwarven train station. We had just arrived here. And it was caved in, so we didn't currently have an easy way out. I kind of remember that, right?
Yep.
So what are we gonna do? I think with your camp, let me see, how many laborers do you have? Camp. Wait, where is the camp?
Can we
People.
It's under people?
was it caved in? Are you sure it was caved in?
Yeah, I think
Yes.
Lou said there was even like 30 feet of it caved in, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Because we have 20 laborers.
So it's... Where do you see 20 laborers? I don't see a camp tab.
People. Go to the people and then it
Oh,
says...
it's under people?
Yeah.
Oh, I see laborers. Do you have pickaxes in your camp by any chance?
Yes, we do.
How many?
That is a wonderful question I didn't know the answer to. It's probably in the thing.
Things, maybe?
I'm
So-
scrolling to try to find them.
If you have
Um,
pickaxes, your laborers could certainly start working on this, but it would take them some time, depending on how many
You
pickaxes
do not
you
have
have. Oh, okay.
You do not have pickaxes.
So I don't know if there's a good way of getting through this cave-in, unfortunately.
Miners pick one.
Oh, you have one? Alright, so one guy can work on it. Other
Just
than...
like Caltrans.
Yeah, there's, Yeah, I don't think there was 30 feet of cave-in. But there is enough cave-in to prevent you from passing. As I remember, that's kind of where we stopped. We were trying to think of like how we could get through this area.
Lou, what I would like to do is, if you can, well, I guess Ophelia wants to try to estimate like how far these cave-in rocks go for, because when there's like 5 feet left, she wants to shape stone and make it like a stone door with a simple sliding bolt that we can enter and exit from, so that way we're not just leaving it open to everyone.
Are you sharing your plan with the group?
Yeah, I share that with the rest of the group.
Herself.
So
It's a good
actually,
idea.
survival might give someone insight on this plan.
I would.
I'll give
Yeah, I'll do
I don't
it.
think there's a skill that has to do with architecture.
I'm gonna
So
touch
just gonna go with
Alwyn and be like,
survival.
dude, I totally believe in you. Like, you're so good at looking at these rocks and determining depth
I love
and
that.
Good
guidance.
up, Alan.
So
Wow, Radu did way better than me. on that.
Radu's kind of, I'll say, after Ophelia says that, Alwyn's kind of, or Radu's kind of looking at this cave-in. You do see there is a path that you could take that could get you through using stone shape if people are willing to crawl.
What about over there?
Ooh.
You think it would take 3 stone shape spells, but you think that would get you
Oh
through.
god. That's insane.
Is it worth 3 stone shapes, guys? I was thinking of using one.
'Cause,
Maybe
yeah,
we
stone
can.
shape is what, 5 feet, right?
Correct.
So yeah, with basically there are 3 areas of boulder that could be stone shaped to form little arcways that you could like kind of crawl through and clear the rest of the rubble easily.
Mhm. And how much do the boulders look like they could be moved aside by a giant ape or something?
So
Some of them?
let's see. If you wanted these boulders, giant ape. Probably with ropes that might be possible. I'd say if you wanted to spend some time like using the pick and maybe like using a giant ape to move boulders, that would probably be another survival check to prevent more cave-in from happening, to kind of know what to move. And it would probably take a couple of hours at least. So maybe 2 polymorph spells.
Oh,
I'd be okay with 2 stone shapes if you guys are okay with
2
it.
So
stone
stone-
shapes and a polymorph, maybe.
And we've got
Yeah.
block and tackle.
Yeah, I'll say
Yeah.
if you want to replace one of the stone shapes with a polymorph, you could have a big ape like move a stone aside, like spending like an hour on it with some rope.
yeah. Sounds good.
All right, so
I will expend one of my spell slots, and other volunteers can start moving the stuff.
I'll volunteer.
all right, so Radu, getting more used to the monkey form, will once again become a huge ape with a rope tied around him, and I will take up to 2 survival checks from the group, because this will require more finesse than just stone shaping.
Gosh, my rolls are.
Can I
Can
still do it? Or am I not allowed to
No,
since
you're in ape mode. You can't do
That's what I
anything
thought.
but pull
I-
things.
I will do it with the help of guidance.
Okay.
welcome both of you.
Oh, hello. Is
And,
guidance applicable here? Because it's going to be like out.
I,
Yeah, it
Oh,
would.
does guidance even work here?
Since this is going to be an hour thing, it probably wouldn't be good. You need something like what's it called? Enhanceability.
Ability.
Can I use inspiration?
Sure. I'll let you use inspiration. The
So
code
for the
DM
two that
agrees.
just joined us, we had cave-ins. We're working on ways to get it out. Currently, they've made me a big monkey of a man, and I've got some rope, and we're trying to drag and whatnot, and we're using skill checks or survival checks to see if it
Do you
works.
need more monkeys? Or-
Alright. Getting some background noise. Hang
Monkey.
on. Monkey.
Co-DM says monkey's a good idea.
She concurs. Alright, so the hour would pass. 22 is a very good roll, so I'll say you. There's a little bit of, cave in from moving the rock at first, but like you can clear it away. There isn't like a huge secondary cave in or anything. So the first hurdle is cleared after an hour passes. So it is now 12 in the afternoon. And at this point, yeah, there's some crawling and then some, you can stone shape, crawl, and stone shape, and you'll be through.
Okay,
This will mean that like it's limited to like medium creatures getting through.
Oh,
Oh yeah, Mary.
Lou, for each of these stone shapes, I do want to create like an archway, but with a door that have like 2 hinges.
I don't think you can create a door with stone shape.
I can indeed.
Could we make an archway tall enough to let the monkey through? Or the whole tunnel chokes down?
So you could also shape a stone door. That means if the door is made of stone, you can shape through it. I don't think that means you can make like, what's it called, like hinges and stuff.
It doesn't have to be a door that opens and closes. It just needs to be an archway we can move through, right?
Yeah, well,
So
that's
the
what I'm
object
saying.
you can
But
create,
he's saying
the
he
object
can
you
make.
can create can have up to 2 hinges and a latch.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
Oh. But finer. A hinge is pretty. That's stupid. All right, sure, whatever. He made a stone door with stone shape.
And it's
I'm
going to be
like
2
reading it
hinges,
like, what
and
the hell? I did
they're
not
going
make
to
that
like.
before.
It's like you can't
I'm
make
assuming-
precise stuff, but you can make hinges, which is a precise like.
Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah.
You made a stone door.
I'm assuming that I can make like one of those like sliding bars as well. That's not like 2 thing, right? It would just be like you can slide it like 2 little loops or whatever that you can like pull it and lock it from the inside. So if we're like on the other side, we can lock both stone doors.
All right, sure. You make you put some what are those called? Like bars. I know what you're talking
Yeah.
about. Yeah, like
Okay,
a
I can't remember
sliding
what they're
bar.
called either.
A sliding
Yeah,
stone
it's not too
bar.
complicated. Yeah, but I wanted to at least like be able, like, if we're back in, somebody would have to break it down to get in here if they come across this cave in.
All right. But how are you going to lock it from the other side?
We're not. We're gonna have to leave it open for the time being, huh?
Oh, you mean when you come back? Okay. So you're just putting it
Yeah,
there.
correct.
All right. You make your little stone doors. I was gonna say there's not really a lot of room for those to swing open in the cave in, but I guess sure. Maybe there's like enough room back there where they can
How big
swing
is this
forward.
cave in, and where are we?
So there was about 20 feet of cave in. A big monkey was used to pull one of the boulders out of the way, and the other 2 large rocks, stone shape, was used to transverse them.
Okay.
So basically, like, you have to crawl through part of it, or at least duck down, because it's like a 5-foot archway. But yeah, now you can all pass through it. You would have to drop monkey form, though.
Yay.
Well, I guess an hour past, so
I
monkey
drop
form
it.
would be gone, yeah. All right, so yeah, you can move back into the outer areas, which you would be familiar with. And I think the group did encounter this cave-in, but from the... Oh, wait, no, you didn't, because you didn't explore this area. Never mind. So this is kind of new territory, but you believe the Halls of Tarsus should be somewhere north of you.
I suggest we turn to
Alright.
the right at this intersection.
do it.
Well, these are just a representation. It's not actually like what the halls are. To navigate, I would need survival again, since this is uncharted territory.
Want me to
I
check things out?
volunteer Ria and Radu.
So you try to chart a course through the tunnels. Okay, so Ria, it's a very good roll, is going to kind of trailblaze through these tunnels. And I think she's kind of been here before, so this definitely isn't that difficult for her to find a way to connecting tunnels, which she would recognize. From there, enter the halls of Tarsus. Now, were you just passing through these halls, or are you actually entering them?
I think there's a couple doors off of these halls that we haven't opened, or at least one, isn't there? Or am I mistaken?
I think there's like 2 or 3 things here, Rhea, that we're trying
Yeah.
to just follow up and make sure we have done.
So we're trying to get back to Isik before nightfall. So a couple things that was proposed was the heated area and the watery area, wherever those are.
I think those. So the Halls of Tarsus, which is the map that the main part of the Halls of Tarsus, this map that he just pulled up, which might be black for some of you if you haven't been here before. We can walk around in pretty quickly. And I think that there was a couple rooms. There was a cave-in and another room that we haven't explored here. If we go out the northeast of this map, continue up that way, then there's Theater of the Mind passageways that will take us probably some hours to traverse to get back to some of those other locations you mentioned. So just keep that in mind as far as a time factor.
Jeez.
Let's
That is
hop
far
in this
away.
pool.
There's also a passageway down this pool that we
that's
know
right.
that down
Okay.
there because
That's right.
Ophelia jumped in there.
So
Yeah.
let's go
And
for
you
it.
guys all yelled at me and said, no, don't do it.
We got
Alright.
water. We got water breathing now. Let's
So
do it.
Well,
Go
this is like
ahead.
stanky water. This is nasty, nasty water.
Go ahead and pull yourselves onto the map if you're entering this area in the beginning.
Into which part?
What
Oh,
if we're
sorry.
not entering this
Them-
area?
The entry is.
So,
right.
well, you don't have to go the entry. You
Okay.
can pull yourselves in over here
Okay.
as you basically
Wild
just
Ophelia
travel
has appeared.
to that
I
area.
can't.
Oh, you haven't been here
Where?
before. What are you doing,
It's all
Randu?
black.
Just like on the other side of the wall. Alright. So, well, if it's all black,
Can you
I'll
give me
pull
light?
you on.
So there's a tunnel at the bottom of this water. There's a cave-in in the next room to the south, and there's a door
Alright.
in the next room to the south.
What type of light source are you using, Kudo?
Just light.
Light
30,
spell?
30.
Alright.
2020. Sorry.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Alright, go ahead and mark yourself as a light source. I'll give you the torch.
Alwyn has his light rock out.
Wait,
Yeah,
why
we
is
have
your pet marked as having light?
Everybody gets light.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I
what,
made a
You get
mistake.
light.
I'm taking it off
Everybody
him
gets
right
light.
now.
Alright, I think
Just
all the
like
people
a
marked should have
second.
light now. So, yeah, there's this old watery area that I think you went to before. It is kind of gross. What do you want to do? Oh, apparently,
We
you are...
going in
Would a-
there?
Well, do we
Would a
climb in?
ritual cast purify water work on this, Lou?
I think that's only a small section of water, because I think I tried to ask that before when we were here before.
Yeah, so just for those who haven't been here before, this room seems to have several areas leaking in from the roof, kind of dripping into this large sunken part of the floor, which is filled with really gross, mucky-looking water, basically like gray water. And you can't really see through it that well. You couldn't see the bottom.
And wasn't it like 10 or 20 feet deep?
So I'll say you remember.
I think
yeah, it's
I
like
was
10 feet deep.
like 10 feet because when I
Well, I was
jumped
gonna say
in, I
otherwise
was
I could
able
put
to reach
rocks
my
on it.
hand out. I was able to reach my
Yeah.
hand out
So
and
we're
have
talking about,
Alduin
like,
pull me out.
we're talking about a couple dozen casts of purify food and water to get that much water.
Yeah, I see that. That's gonna be bad. So
Let's go.
All right, so
First.
I don't really want to enter that water.
Yeah, it doesn't look good to me either.
Is it poisonous?
it looks gross.
No, somebody
You don't-
fell in
I mean,
it.
probably wouldn't be good to drink it.
Yeah,
but...
I jumped in last time. I tell Kudo, I'm like, hey, if you want to mind bond with me, I can jump in first.
So Clank
like
is in the
Clank's
water,
already in.
swimming around. He's a
Isn't
little
there a
bird.
dead
Oh.
body down at the bottom of this?
There was a skeleton
Yeah,
that jumped out and
wasn't there
attacked us.
yeah, a big minotaur skeleton that we
Yeah,
found in there.
Yeah, fuck that dude.
I do remember
All right,
this.
I'll
one.
mind link with was it Ophelia or Alwyn to ask?
Ophelia did.
Ophelia. Okay. And then I'll jump in too.
All right, so what are we doing in this water exactly?
Treading.
Looking for that tunnel that headed east.
All right, so you go down under the water, and yeah, there is kind of a sunken cave that is not the. It's not the largest passage, so it's definitely going to be harder to squeeze through as a medium-sized creature.
Okay. Well, I will go first then, since I am small.
Okay.
I don't know if Clank's small too, but I'll go first.
Clank is small.
Who's
Clank is-
underwater and who's underwater and who's up top?
I assume.
I think we're all underwater.
Well, I assume at this point only the small creatures, unless someone else is going to try to squeeze into that cave.
Because I mean, last time we were here, Rhea offered to send an aquatic familiar down the tunnel if we wanted it
All right.
to scout ahead. But I guess only Ophelia and Clank wouldn't remember that, and Alwyn.
All right. So at this point, two of you are basically in theater of the mind. So yeah, this area is definitely flooded. How long can you two hold your breaths?
And
Sure.
definitely, I
With water.
cast.
We have water
Yeah.
breathing.
Oh, did you just
I'm
cast
also
that?
joining them, Lou.
I
Yeah.
cast it in the
You
morning.
Yeah,
Does that last all
Last
day?
session.
last session. Yeah.
24 hours.
Could you link it?
Yeah, for sure.
So
It was cast at
8 a.m.
Oh,
Yep.
so you can give everyone water breathing.
We
Okay,
all
so you
do,
spent the
yep.
third level spell, right?
I ritually cast it.
Really?
It's a ritual.
Water breathing ritual.
Yes. At least I have a little R next to.
It is.
Okay. Alright, so Ophelia, I need an acrobatics check. Also, are you going in first or following them in?
I'm gonna
Clank,
follow them in.
Yeah, so
Clank and Kudo were leading the way.
give me an acrobatics check to try to wiggle your way through this very tight passage.
Wiggle, wiggle,
Okay.
wiggle.
So you are able to get through, and it looks like this is connected to another passageway further below. As you swim through, there's like a broken out ceiling, so there may have been at one point a lower level to this place, because as you swim down, it swims into a flooded room down here. There is some more caved in area, and I'll say, let's see, yeah, Ophelia and Kudo, and Clank, you all have really good perception. You would all notice a caved in part of the room that has a skeletal hand sticking out of it. Or you can swim down the flooded hallway here.
anything on that skeleton hand or the skeleton itself?
All right, so you swim over, and it looks like the rest of the skeleton is kind of behind it, partially buried in the rock. If you look a little closer, there is a very old, looks like backpack that's kind of falling apart in the grasp of the skeleton.
I'll take the backpack.
Alright, so it would just come apart as you touch it, and a potion would just float out of it.
Snag a potion.
Okay, so you take this potion. It doesn't look like there's anything else on the skeleton. Yeah, if he did have other stuff, it may have long since, like, deteriorated. But yeah, from here it looks like there's one way you can swim, because one of the hallways is caved in. There is a hallway going south. So
Is this session 59?
this is session 76.
I
So
telepathically talk.
you're about here
Sorry.
right now on the map. Just FYI.
I telepathically talk to Kudo, and I ask him, "Is it worth casting detect magic just to make sure we don't miss anything?"
I think so. That's a great.
I am not going to like ritually cast it or just cast it.
I think it's up to you. It's a hard
Let's
call.
not worry our friends. I will just regular cast it.
Okay, so you cast Detect Magic. You would see the potion has a magical aura, but nothing else in here does.
I'll give a thumbs up to Ophelia and then nod Clank to move on.
Alright, hang on. Are the rest of you trying to do anything back in the room, or are you just waiting?
We all probably would. Well, we wouldn't know what Ophelia went through to get through there, so I guess Alwyn would probably bail in too, because he wouldn't know what's going on down there. So he'll try to follow as well.
Oh, I thought they were just scouting and we're gonna come back. Are we going in?
I don't remember them saying that.
I guess we didn't
Alwyn
really
jumps
say.
in.
Ugh. Rhea looks disgusted.
Yeah, Ray's not impressed. She's not a water dragon.
I'm gonna cast a wild. I'm gonna use a wild companion and pull out a. Let's do a crab.
Oh, nice.
I mean, this is the tiny crab,
One of us is smart.
but it's got blind sight, so that's why I chose it. Plus, it's aquatic
Smart
and
thinking.
it can walk if we leave the water, like the seahorse cannot.
Alright, so you guys can kind of see where your tokens are, right?
Yeah.
Those of you who are under the water.
Oh.
I can't see anything. I thought this was all theater of mind.
You can't see your tokens right here?
Nope.
Weird. Oh, probably... Alright, never mind, then that's not going to do much good. It's going to kind of show you your positioning, but if you can't see, then that's not going to be much value without the sight turned on. Alright, so you're following this hallway south. It looks like it is about 10 feet wide. The hallway goes about 50 feet to the south. You would notice in the hallway there are several large statues at about 10-foot intervals. So I guess there'd be 10 statues standing firm in this hallway. And at the end of it, it looks like there is, looks like it just dead ends, which is kind of odd.
Is there any
So
magic on the statues? Ophelia, I don't see it.
I
you
use my wizard eyes.
you would see. What would you see? Yeah, it looks like these statues have an aura on them. But for whatever reason, you can't tell what the aura is, which is very odd. Oh, so Alwyn, I need an acrobatics if you're trying to swim through.
Yes, I work. Oh,
No,
yeah.
acrobatics, not
Oh.
athletics.
Oh, not
Acrobatics.
athletics. Thank goodness. That was a warm up dice.
All right.
Still not better.
Oh.
So, you get stuck.
Can I help him?
Riala luckily was in front of you because she rolled first.
I grab her foot.
How are you going to try to get him unstuck?
Oh, you know what? I probably can't. Not physically. Can I? So this is like that. The part of the tunnel is really small, and that's where everyone's been having to squeeze through.
Yes, there's a part
Can
where
I widen just one little section of it with stone shape to make it easier for us to come and go?
With stone shape,
yeah,
you
if
could actually
you want.
make a door hinge and just get me through
Yeah,
that way.
apparently you could make like a door here if you want.
Well, I mean, I just want to widen the passage a bit, whatever 5
Yeah,
feet of rock
so if you
will allow me to do.
If you want a stone shape, you can solve this issue if you want to spend that spell.
Yeah, I just did. Yeah.
All right,
Okay.
so
When I see him get stuck, yeah.
Alwyn looks
he's,
massively
trying to-
grateful. He was panicking.
Yeah,
Well, I
he's trying
figure
to
Ray might need some help getting through there too.
pull himself
Yeah.
through this area. You just start chanting, and the stone kind of goes around him, and will now be a much more comfortable, like cylindric passage, which you can easily move
goodness.
through.
Alwyn
So
about made brown water.
as gross, as the three of you are kind of observing this hallway, you would hear movement from behind you as the two of them swim up.
We're still
Hey
underwater.
guys,
right?
what did you find? Oh yeah. we're
Yeah,
still-
you're swimming through a flooded
wasn't sure.
passage right now.
So if we can breathe underwater, then does that give us the ability to talk underwater?
Yeah, you said
Well,
we could. They
it'd be
could
like
hear us
blah, blah, blah,
swim.
blah, 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 like if you tried to
Yeah.
talk underwater.
Kudo and I are
Kind
telepathically
of.
linked. That's why we can talk.
Also, our light stones and our light spells work just fine, right? Like the candles of the
Yes,
deep
it's
don't
not,
give us any advantage over them, just over torches and candles, right?
Well, you couldn't light a torch underwater, or a
Right,
candle,
right. That's
but
what like the candles. Candle of the deep wouldn't do any value over the magic lights we have, right?
no, not really. Because the light spell functions fine underwater. Candles of the deep are more for if you don't have magic, light spells available. So yeah, they would come swimming up behind you. So now there are 5 of you down here.
I will link to Clank and say, lead on, fearless leader, and then link
Cool.
back to Ophelia.
And Clank will lead on.
Alright, so you're swimming through this chamber with all the statues.
Did Radu stay behind?
Yes, Radu is waiting. And I assume you left your dragon behind as well, right?
I could just unsummon her. Unless, well, Clank had enough for 10 people, right? The dragon could breathe underwater.
Yeah.
Oh, I stayed because I didn't think that since I was missed last game, I didn't have that ability.
Oh.
You were with the group in the background.
Yeah, but I'm sorry.
if-
I'm also out of it today.
No, you're fine. It was an unlimited number of targets, so everyone that camped with us last night and woke up this morning
6.
got it. Yeah.
10.
Oh, is it
10.
just 6? Yeah, I thought it was
10.
okay, not unlimited, but it was plenty for
I apologize. I did not understand.
So yeah, if
Come
it
on
was
in.
10, then yes, you could be down here as
Come
well.
on in, the water's gross.
The water
Okay,
is warm.
Then I'm down there. What checks do I need to make about slippery spots?
Well, nothing now because she
Oh,
widened
shoot.
the the passage with the
I wanted
spell.
us to be able to get out fast if we needed to.
I apologize for misunderstanding.
Okay. So everyone's in here now, basically. So as Clank is swimming down the hallway, suddenly the statues start belching fire, which will
Underwater?
quickly turn to steam and start making the water really hot. I need con saves, because I don't think
Can
you
I
can
cast?
dodge hot water.
Can I cast? Oh, I guess it would be a reaction, huh?
Yeah, so if you have like if you want to cast something to resist fire, you can do that as a reaction. But yeah.
Ignore the +4.
Oh, I was just gonna counter with like an ice storm or something, but it's not a reaction spell, so.
Yeah, so
Could I cast absorb elements?
yes, you can in response to this as a reaction. So yeah, the water just suddenly gets really hot. DC is 14.
Oof.
Oh, I'm gonna flash myself.
Okay. So you I'm assuming are backing off, right? As the water starts heating up.
How big
well,
an area?
for the
How
first,
big an area?
it basically like flash heated this whole hallway. So you would take 29 fire or 14 if you made your save. As this
Or
whole
7
area.
if I
Yeah, if you
absorbed
have
it.
resistance, yeah. And at this point, are you going to back up or try to swim forward?
I
'Cause
mean, it's hard to make a decision, theater of mind, like how much distance do we have to get by?
there's a dead end
does it
over
seem-
there. So you think it's just going to be
Oh.
all hot water if you go up to the dead end. Unless there's something beyond it, you'll keep taking damage. Because it's basically like boiling this area right now.
Can I?
The distance?
I'll swim back.
So Clank was in front. He swam about 20 feet. So there's about 30 more feet to swim as this is all heated up. Like basically all the statues are belching steam right now. So you have kind of a snap decision if you want to keep swimming forward or just like get out of this area.
Can I cast Dispel Magic on these guys to stop them from doing it?
Well, there are 10 statues. I mean, you could target one of them.
Never mind. Didn't know there was 10.
Yeah, that's why it heated up so quick. Basically, the 5 and 5 all just started belching a bunch of fire / steam. The whole area is like boiling right now.
And just a quick question: 30 feet underwater is actually it's difficult terrain, right?
Yeah,
Is that
so
correct?
it would take basically a dash. So you'd be swimming through the hot water, and you'd probably have to make another con save if you didn't get out of it.
Okay.
So I guess for each of you, is anyone swimming forward, or are you just backing off for now?
I would back off to a safe
Yeah.
spot and then ask the group how we get to the other side because I want to swim forward.
So
Alright,
if
so-
momentary, okay, so I guess I want to understand like how long these jets of flame were, because if they were momentary,
They're still
they were
going
enough-
right now.
oh, they're going continuously.
It's almost like
okay.
a blowtorch. Saying that though, like we'll say like maybe 2 or 3 rounds pass, and then they will stop. So the water is super heated up ahead, but at least now they stopped going off. It seemed like they persisted a couple of seconds after you left the area.
And if I do a 20 by 20 by 40 ice storm, that would not negate the effect.
Do you want to try it?
Heck yeah. Owen nods. Yes.
Could help.
I
I mean,
mean,
cold and hot.
It's instantaneous, so it's not going to help if the fire jets go again, but it would cool down what we're swimming in currently.
Did we look to see what's setting it off? Because
So you just saw basically Clank kind of swimming forward, and then suddenly they just started going, and
Oh,
like
and
steam
Rhea
started shooting out of all.
Rhea
10 of
looks
them.
badly scolded. She looks like she's wounded.
You're guessing originally there was some kind of fire trap here, which is made a lot worse by the fact that there's now, all this water that had heated up.
You think if you
Um,
wild shaped into a barracuda, you could go through it?
None of my wild shapes can resist the heat any better than I, and my willow probably just burned up.
Yeah, so it definitely. I mean, even the water you retreated into feels kind of hot, but you'd be almost certain that the water up ahead is, at least for now, superheated.
Radu's gonna go check out that areas not gonna go heat himself up, but he's gonna check to see what triggered it. Besides Clink's proximity, he's gonna try to search around for anything sets it off.
All right, and I assume he's going to do this without getting too deep into the hot water.
Correct.
So give me I'll say perception or investigation.
I'm gonna
Kinda
ready
look
an
for
action
clues.
for if he triggers anything, I'm gonna immediately put down an ice storm
Okay,
nice, Radu.
just drop it right on him.
on all of us, because otherwise some of us are gonna burn alive down here.
Chill
if
out.
if the fire goes off again.
So you let's see, what would you notice? Well, you're pretty sure this wasn't set off by a wire or a trip, yeah, like a trip wire, because Clank was swimming. So your guess would be there might be some kind of hidden triggering like magic that he moved through an area that set this off. Because you don't see anything, which, because your perception was so high, you're almost certain that there isn't something that he triggered mechanically.
Would have Ophelia's magic eyes have detected something
And
magic?
that is the weird thing. She did not. All she saw was those odd auras on the statues.
Can I try to dispel one of the statues?
Sure. So you are casting Dispel Magic on one of
From
the
as
10
far
statues?
away as I can get. While
Yeah,
still
it's like
being
120 feet, so you could do it
Yeah.
plenty far. Yes, so, and I'll say Ophelia can confirm one of the statues no longer has the aura on it.
What was the school of the aura, Ophelia?
We couldn't tell, is what he said.
Couldn't tell.
Oh, okay. And how many statues are there?
There are 9
10.
left.
Oof.
Um,
You guys want me to do some more?
give it a moment to cool down, and then Radu's gonna try to see if he can sneak in through, climbing along one of the edges in type thing, as opposed to swimming in the center.
Of the aisle.
All right, so you're going to wait a while and let this cool a bit as the water
Just a little
flows.
bit to make it so it's not killing me.
Alright.
But still, I'm not going to wait till it's cold.
Yeah, just till it's like... Alright, so you're
Bearable.
waiting a bit. It's still kind of hot, but not as hot. If you want to try to swim through, it would be a con save for reduced damage, or you can wait longer. But you can still tell it would damage you if you go through now.
Then I'm going to wait just a little tiny bit longer then.
Alright, do you want to just wait till it can't damage you?
No, I want to see if we can get this test over with.
Okay, so about 20 minutes pass, and you think it's somewhat safe.
Okay, then I'm going to try to crawl slowly along one of the edges instead of straight down the middle.
All right,
and
give me a con save. It's no vision, it's theater of the mind.
Oh, God.
Your worst enemy.
It is.
15. So yeah, you don't take damage. It is really hot and uncomfortable, like uncomfortably hot. But it's like when the bath is like just a little too hot and you are starting to go ow 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 ow. But yeah, it's not actually damaging you. So you get a little closer, remembering the spot where you saw Clank set this off. Now, there's kind of the 10-foot area in the middle of the hall that he swam through, but there's
Mhm.
also the area kind of where the statues are that are kind of set in the wall. So you give me a yeah. So how can I describe this? Yeah, so there's the main hall where he kind of swam through, but there's also sort of a side area, like an area where the statues are that you might be able to go through, but you're not sure.
I'm
You
gonna
don't.
try.
Okay, you're gonna check it out. So you're gonna, I assume, be very careful to try to keep your body in the, I'll say like under the statue's like arms.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like kind of
Yes.
inside the wall a little. So give me, I guess it would be an acrobatics to like try to squeeze through that area. Ruh-roh. All right. So that is unfortunate, as that would set it off again. Give me another con save. Although only 9
The
statues.
story point?
Oh wait, yeah, I guess. Do you want to do a reroll?
I need to get story points on this character. I can't. Hadn't been.
All right, so then just give
Maybe.
me a con save. I'll lower the damage a little because there's one less jet. So that would fail, toasting you for another 32 fire. Do you
I'm gonna rage.
All right, you're raging. I don't think that reduces fire damage though.
Does that trigger my ice
Oh,
storm?
that's right.
Oh right, you were gonna do an ice
Would that
storm.
help any? Like if
Yeah.
I'm doing it as a readied reaction, then does that help with mitigating the damage at all?
Well, you couldn't do it as ready because you have to cast the round like after you ready, but you could cast now as he's being hit by the firestorm or the boiling water.
Yeah, I mean,
Sure.
I guess-
So you cast the ice storm in there. Now, do you want to try to go ahead, Radu, or fall back?
I'm gonna try
You said
pushing
you
forward.
raged, right?
Yes.
All right. So
yeah, I was
I'll
just trying to
say,
mitigate the temperature a little bit, you know.
yeah, I'll say, so you failed your save, but she did throw an ice storm as there it was heating up. I'll say you take half damage, 16 fire, as the ice is sort of normalizing the temperature, but not enough to completely prevent it. And you quickly swim forward, getting closer to this dead end. Give me a active perception, as I assume you're desperately looking around to see what you see over here. Oh, good roll.
Nice.
Okay, so what did your rage do?
It just
Oh,
makes
you
my
can-
weapon force weapon.
Okay, so your weapon is empowered a bit. Doesn't help as much. But your perception roll is pretty good. So, yeah, as you swim over here, you would notice that there's part of the wall that is not as dirty as the rest of it. What do you want to do with this information?
Try to rip it apart, figure it out, because I'm in a very
Use that
pissy
force
mood.
hammer.
All right, so you would notice as you try to mess with it, your hand goes right through. This may be partially illusory. And on the inside, you feel a lever.
I'm pulling it.
Oh no.
Oh shit! Can't do it.
All
This could be
right.
good or bad.
This could be good or bad. So you pull the lever. Something happens with, well, you would hear a noise that sounds like talking suddenly in the hallway. As if maybe some sort of magical mouth has gone off and is saying something. Give me a active perception check to see if you can make out what it's saying. Also, I need another con save, as the water is very hot. Oh! Alright. Luckily, the water is still kind of neutralized by the ice storm, so I'll half damage it for now.
After another round goes by, I'm gonna put down another ice storm.
Alright, so you take 9 points of fire damage. You get 18 on perception. What languages do you speak?
Latin.
Common, Elven, Goblin.
So actually, you think you recognize something in Elven. Let me check something.
I gotta just
Elven
say,
is big.
thank you, Raju. That was badass. And
It could be good, it could be bad.
Yeah.
Elven is basically Latin, isn't it? Like, it's like a D&D version of Latin.
Not sure actually. I'm not. I don't know much about Elven.
D&D linguistics.
Yeah, I haven't planned out the the Elven language in my
Yeah.
world specifically.
I think some.
You didn't
I
write
think
it
there-
out like Tolkien.
Yeah, I think
I
some
didn't-
games do like use certain like Slavic languages for Dwarven and like different like specifics, but I think it's kind of a table to table thing.
So you think it's some sort of riddle? Give me an intelligence check.
This is your strength, Radu.
Riddle me this.
Oh,
Oh
my!
no!
So you're like, what? As this riddle is completely confounding to you. What do you want to do? The Jets are still going, but yeah, what's your plan? What's your play here?
Is the lever only? I've done all the actions I can with the lever, or
You pulled it. You're not sure what else you're supposed to do here. Do you hear it? Let's see. What's your perception?
Do any of us hear it? And I will also link. I will, seeing Radu at the other end. I will mind link to him or
All right.
telepathic link.
I'll tell you what. I'll give you all a passive or active perception check to see if you heard that. DC is 20 because it is very loud with all the bubbling.
Oh, look at Kudo go!
All right. Apparently, Kudo heard it. Kudo, do you speak Elven?
Let me check. Nope.
So you heard
it's
something.
pretty similar
I-
to
I do.
Primordial.
Ophelia.
Oh,
Just kidding.
Ophelia. All right.
Ophelia.
Yeah, I forgot Ophelia has that shield.
So you speak
Don't-
Elven. Give me an intelligence check. Let's see if you know the answer.
Oh, not my strength. I am actually going to. Oh fuck! I'm gonna inspiration this.
Okay, so you're doing an
Yeah.
inspired intelligence, spending a point
This-
of inspiration.
My last inspiration.
Oh, good roll.
Oh, not bad.
What's EB?
Emboldening bond. Sorry, that one's not on.
Okay, just
19.
curious. So
Am I flashing?
You- sure. So you do a flash, but actually 19 was high enough. You think
cool.
the answer is green dragon?
Are the statues of dragons?
Okay.
Or different
The
colors?
statues are not actually of dragons. They're like guardians, like guardian elves, basically.
What did it say?
What do you?
I will link to Ophelia as I see Ophelia furrow her brow in concentration like she's got some ingenious idea.
Kudo, it's something about a green dragon.
No, that's the answer to the riddle.
Oh, that's the answer to the riddle.
Oh,
I don't
say
know. Okay. Green dragon.
All right, so you
It's a
yell
yellow-
out green dragon, at which point the statues will stop. Unfortunately, you are still
And Ray
in the
will
hot
attack.
water, and Ray just attacks them.
Okay, so if another round has gone by since he pulled that lever, then I would do another ice
You're
storm.
gonna keep icing it? Alright.
Yeah, I don't have many more. I'm trying to keep it cool while they figure things out.
So give me another con save, Radu. Okay, so that time you made it. So with the ice storm, it's cut in half again. So you would take 11 and then half that to 5 fire damage. But yeah, as you say this, the dragons will stop blowing fire, and the dead end at the end of the room will open, sending a stream of water into a previously unflooded area. You're all kind of pulled down the hall here. Are you going to try to stop yourselves?
I feel like a real turd.
Yes.
All right, give me
Yes.
strength checks, or are you just going to let yourselves get swept down the corridor?
Is this harsh enough that we expect this to cause injuries?
I don't know.
Like,
I mean,
like,
it's
is
probably
it going
not safe.
Is it going dangerously fast?
It's pulling you pretty hard as this opens, because like all the water behind you just starts rushing that way.
I'm gonna cast Resilient Sphere on myself and anyone who is near me.
Okay.
Or not Resilient, Watery Sphere. Yeah.
Watery Sphere, which basically channels the water around you, right?
And that's I had to upcast that. So.
What's the size of that?
It can hold
Only
up
5
to
feet radius.
4. How many is it? So if there was any of my allies near me, they could do it.
Yeah, well, everyone but Radu was near you.
Oh, okay. Then it's.
So yeah, I'm just trying to.
I guess it's
figure out
a
how
5
big
foot
it is.
radius. It says, but it
All right.
says it can hold. There's a certain number of. Okay, here it is. 4 medium or smaller creatures.
Okay, so that will. Which 4 of your friends are you gonna grab?
Whatever
with it?
whatever 3 were closest to me, and they have to make saves. It's not an option, so they might not get.
Well,
sucked
they
in.
can fail it.
Yeah,
it doesn't say that they can, but okay.
Anyone can,
all
but
spells.
Okay, cool.
the thing is, though, there are 6 of you. Radu
Right.
is down the
5.
hall.
Yep.
5.
So.
Yeah, but I think it's Ria's just thinking in the moment as we're getting swept, so it's just whoever's closest that she can help. That's how it would have to work, you know?
I think
Roll
I
some
was
dice.
asking you who are your favorites? I'm just kidding.
Yeah, you have a moment to because basically you have all your friends around you. So who are you not grabbing? Because you have to let one person go.
I'm not her friend.
You can just let me go. That's fine.
I think Ophelia saved on that first fire, didn't she?
I think so.
I did, yeah.
Okay, yeah. You don't look too badly hurt, so I'll just grab
So
Elwin, Kudo, myself, and Clank.
So yeah, as you hear basically as this opens, there's just bubbles everywhere as a torrent of water is rushing past. You go quickly casting the spell, which I think makes the water around you stay.
Well, it actually summons the water as part of the spell, the water that's in the sphere. But yeah, we're already in water, so I don't know that it makes a difference. And it doesn't say anything about me specifying the temperature, so I assume it's going to match the temperature of the water around us.
Yeah, so is anyone going to try to resist this, or are you just going to let yourself get caught in it?
I'm trying to resist, as I see Ophelia has clearly chosen her favorites, and I will do magical guidance, just futilely trying to swim against it.
Oh, no.
Even worse.
All right. Well, see, so what's the save to resist?
16.
What type of save is that?
Strength.
All right, so I think you'd have to make a strength save, which you failed. So
I don't think he did a save, though. Are you proficient
Oh, is
in
that a
save?
strength check?
What am I doing?
A strength saving throw.
All right, so she is casting the sphere and grabbing you in it with several other people. If you want to resist, you have to make a strength save to try to not get caught in it.
I thought you meant resist the other water. I'm so confused.
This is
Yeah,
me
What am
trying
I
to
doing here?
protect you. If you'd like to
Resist the other water was a
Oh.
strength check before.
Ophelia is
Now it's
trying
a strength
to-
saving throw.
Yeah, so Ophelia's
I
trying to.
will.
Yeah.
I will trust the magics of my friends and willingly fail any air things. Yeah.
All right. So you are grabbed in this sphere that she casts. The water
Considering
around
it's
you.
10-foot radius, then or 5-foot radius, so that would be I guess that's why it holds 4.
So-
that makes sense.
The water around you stays still, which looks really weird as all the other water just gonna just like
Rushing
rages past.
around.
Ophelia, unfortunately, you are not grabbed in this thing, so I need a strength check.
Oh shoot! I forgot how
Yeah.
bad your strength is. I'm so
That's
sorry.
okay. I'm pretty tanky, and I think out of all of us, me and Radu can probably be the ones to survive by ourselves. So that's why I suggested it. And screw you guys. Ria's the one that shows favorites, not me. So
Yeah, I heard
all right.
Oh, well, it's not a save, but I'll take that anyway.
That one's a save.
No, this is a strength
Oh, the
check,
one
but
you're
I'll,
okay for
I'll,
now.
I'll take it because it's the same thing. So you are desperately grabbing onto one of the statues, like your feet are kicking, as the water is just smashing past, threatening to
Look
overwhelm.
past. I want to look down and see if I see Radu get pulled.
That's what I was going to
yeah.
say next. Radu, I need a strength check from you.
So the one I rolled earlier doesn't count.
Sorry, what did you roll?
6, I
7?
believe.
Oh. All right. So you see Radu just like disappear as like all
I let
this
go and
water-
follow him.
Okay. So you two are being swept into this area. You see up ahead there is a place where the hallway sort of opens up into a large chasm. And ahead of it there is some sort of island, but it looks like all the water is flowing into this extremely deep chasm.
Oh shit!
What do you want to do? You probably have one round before you're swept into this
Oh no.
chasm.
Shit, let me
What
see.
do
Can
we
we
see
see
that-
them still? Oh, sorry.
You guys don't see any of this because the water is like basically moving so fast it's hard to see through
Cool.
it right now.
Great.
So what options are there to grab onto things or whatnot? And do I actually see Ophelia coming my way, or was I so focused on mine?
Yeah, you would notice her being swept up behind you. You could try to grab something. Obviously, it would be another strength check. Or you could do something that I'm not expecting.
Yeah, give me 1 second here. I may have something I can do.
But yeah, you don't have much more than one round to deal with this. After that, you'll probably be falling.
Is there so everything's underwater still, right? Or is there out of the water section?
Yeah, I mean you're probably mostly underwater because the intense like force of this like huge water or I'm not even sure what it would be called, but like yeah, like the maybe undertow of this water being
Okay.
like basically flowing into this area is like yeah, just pushing you along.
And is there anything jagged or anything sticking out that I can impale myself on to not go down?
You could probably try to grab the floor. There's a bunch of like little
Cast
rock.
a tangle on the floor.
Okay.
Well, you couldn't see them right now.
Okay, I do have something I want to
Me.
do.
To catch my
Um,
ass.
No, you're in the bubble. You're fine.
They're too far
Following.
away.
Ria's back there.
You're being
What was Radu gonna do?
yeah. That's what I'm trying to hear. What are you doing, Radu?
Trying to grab onto things all the way down.
This is before this. I have an action I do want to do.
All right. What do you want to do?
I am going to cast Stone Shape, my
Okay.
last cast. And I want to create a 5 foot wide, a few spears of stone
Spears?
that are going, yeah, like
like stabby
like-
spears?
stabby
Why
spears,
don't you make grates?
because it's only 5 feet wide. I was thinking. I thought about grates at first, but
All right. So
I'm
where
worried.
are these spears?
They are going to be, I don't know, in the path of where Radu and I are heading.
So unfortunately, the range is touch.
Oh, okay, never mind. Then let me
You can
take
save
that
yourself.
back. I can, but
And I'm going to say that you guys can't see them, so this is up to them at this point. Because they were kind of swept ahead into this new area.
all right, give me one. I was hoping
What
that.
was,
Give me one more
Radu-
second.
Radu said he was going to try to grab. He rolled an 11, so I haven't told him how that worked out yet because I'm waiting to see what
Okay, cool.
Ophelia is doing.
Kind of limited, so sorry. Give me 1 second. I'm thinking there has to be something I can do, and I have a lot of spells.
I'm interested to see what you do.
Yes.
Radu, you wouldn't still be raging, right? Because you would have advantage if you were raging.
Why wouldn't he be?
Oh,
Because
I would be.
Because he hadn't
Before he pulled
taken
the lever.
damage.
Oh.
This round I
he's in the
hadn't,
hot
but last
water.
round I did.
That's right. You were in the hot water, so you would still be very angry. All right.
No, actually, my advantage on that last one was a 24.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay, how far am I behind Radu?
Well, apparently he was very angry when he was in the boiling water, so you probably got swept past him. He's still holding.
I'm
So
going to try to grab. Is that possible?
Okay, so I swept, like, I'm like coming up behind him. I see him like grab onto it, and I see him like make, like, he's not getting pulled away, right? Because he's in front of me, so I should
You
be
know
able to
what?
see that.
Back then you didn't know what was going on, so I'll say up ahead. Yes, he's grabbed on. So he's grabbed onto something up ahead of you.
Okay. Well, what about if I cast this then, and touch the floor?
All right, nice. So as you're hurtling towards him, maybe a little worried you'll knock into him, or he won't be able to stop you. You quickly do a chant, throwing your hands into the water and maybe like grabbing at the floor, and it would meld you into it. So you are no longer being swept away.
Yay.
Good job, everyone. So how long does your spear last, Riala?
It's just a minute. So basically, as
Okay.
soon as she cast it, she started moving forward 30 feet, which is what the spell allows, every round until we could find someplace safe to stop it.
The water wouldn't even be going a minute. This is like maybe like
a big rush all at once.
Yeah, there's like it's like going down the drain basically. So the water starts to slow after the initial rush, and then it's like the pressure is a lot less, so you can basically kind of wade through it as it's going through, and it's no longer dragging you.
Manageable. Yeah, as soon as it looks manageable, I'll drop the spear so we can all get forward and see.
Yeah, so you see up ahead Radu like really. Well, now he's no longer raging because he would have stopped taking damage, but he's hanging on for dear life. You don't see Ophelia.
I'm just gonna stay hidden for the time being and let them kind of worry a second.
I would run forward.
You're just gonna be a jerk.
Radu, did Ophelia get swept away?
No.
Radu just saw her vanish.
Out. And then I suddenly pop out and I'm like, here I am!
I said no.
All right, so yeah, you're in some sort of underground like chamber now, which has this kind of chasm, almost like a moat, around this small island of stone. The chasm is about 10 feet wide, so it's not that big. And in the center, you see a pedestal with some sort of gem on it. You have no idea where you are or what this place is.
Does the gem look familiar in any way, or?
Hang on. I think I have a picture of it.
Can I ask my ring?
I guess I meant, like, does it look like a shadow crystal or anything we've seen before?
It does not.
Ooh, that's pretty.
I'm gonna go ahead and cast Emboldening Bond on everyone but Alwyn and Rhea.
And you said you didn't have favorites.
I know, right?
Yeah, Rhea never gets EB.
Sorry,
Oh.
sorry, you're not frontliner. My bad.
I understand.
So-
The only time I ever need it is for saves because I don't really do attack rolls very much anyway.
Looking over the edge here, Kudo, how far can you see in darkness? Or can you?
Only
Yeah, that
the
isn't-
distance of my light, so 40 feet dim.
So it goes further than you can see, I'll say that. You hear a bunch of like water as like more water is still kind of splashing over the side, flowing down the hallway you opened. It's like a waterfall right now.
What are you guys looking at?
I'll say give me an intelligence check. Maybe you can figure out how far it is by the sound.
Oh, Lou, I cast light on a rock and throw it down.
All right. It falls, you would guess, more than 200 feet.
Wow.
And you would see the light kind of ploop into some water down below. And yeah, it's very far. You probably would have not wanted to fall into that deep
Besides,
underground
with the water
chasm.
rush, you might have been swept even further down below whatever surface that rock hit.
True.
Water surface.
So yeah, what do you want to do?
This pedestal is out in the middle of the chasm. Did you say, or?
Yeah, so it looks like almost like someone made this chasm as like a natural defense for the for that small gem on the pedestal over there. This was obviously by design. This didn't
Yeah.
yeah.
Clank, would you take a look for magic auras again? I think I would be hesitant to just use a fly or something until we ensure there aren't further countermeasures here.
Sure.
So is the
I
water
will,
dropped enough that we can actually just stand there instead of actually struggle?
Yeah. Oh no, you're fine now. It's slowly getting lower and lower as this whole place, or at least all the water behind you, is draining out. But it's not pulling you anymore.
As soon as we were able to walk without being swept along, that's when Rhea dropped the spear.
Yeah.
Then Radu's going to sit there.
So Clank, if you cast Detect Magic, you would indeed see magic coming from this gem.
Anything else in the room?
No, that's the only magic you would see in this area.
Cool.
How far away is this
I'll
gem?
pass that along.
So it's a 10-foot chasm, and then it's another 10 feet to where the gem is on that little platform over there.
Does anyone have a magical wizard hand?
I have mage hand.
It may not be that simple, but we could
Right.
try that.
Should I
We went
try?
through great lengths to even get to this stage.
Although, so if the pedestal itself where the gem sits is like 20 feet away from us roughly, how well can we see whether or not there might be any kind of trap on that?
So Ophelia, something looks strange to you with your 19 perception. How far can you see in the dark?
I have my continual light stone. I can see 60 feet.
Well, you can see 60 feet dark vision?
No, with the light stone.
Well, usually the light stone would be 40 feet. It's 20 and 20.
Then I can see 40 feet.
Alright, so it looks almost like this platform, after it goes down for a bit, isn't attached to anything. Like it's floating.
You point that out, Kudo say something.
Can I pick up another stone, cast light on it, and throw it over, like, on this platform to try to see, like, the back end of it, too?
You mean behind the pedestal?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like a little island. It's like 20 feet on the other side as well. But yeah, you don't see, like, down below, if you are looking down far enough, it almost seems like underneath this platform, like around the maybe 50 or so foot mark, it's not attached to anything, which would mean this platform is just floating in the middle of this chasm. Howlin' New Elfin all along.
What do you guys think? Should we go over there? Should I just try to mage hand it back?
If you described it that it floated,
Yeah,
Kudo
Yeah,
will
yeah.
tap-
You guys would be able to see as well because the light stone's there now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, no, the light stone is on
Kudo-
the platform. They couldn't see down underneath where you were looking.
We all have the light though, so they'd be able to see it, right? Or no? Just me?
That's it.
You noticed it because of your high perception.
Okay, I'll let them know that yeah, this is what's going on and the platform's just floating.
So yeah, now
Kudo-
that you're looking down there, and does anyone have dark vision beyond 60 feet? Because you would have
No.
a better view.
Except for Alwyn. Alwyn, speak up.
What do
I
you
have
got,
dark
Alan?
vision.
He said beyond 60.
Oh,
Yeah,
beyond 60
but he
feet.
said
None of us
beyond.
are Smurf
That's
Nephilim.
why I didn't
Okay.
speak up.
Before Rhea respect, she did, but not anymore.
So I'll say, are you the only one with 60 feet, Alan?
I have 60 feet.
I have
Okay,
60
so
feet.
those who can see 60 feet would, now looking down there, confirm that the bottom just kind of ends, and this platform is indeed floating over the chasm.
Alright, Kudo would like to say something when you guys point this out to him. If it's floating, I do not think we must go down there, but I believe that thing can come to us.
Oh, do
You think
I?
we can
I
try
can't
How
like
do we
wait
get
to
it
hear
to
that.
us?
Hear this, yeah.
I can try
Um,
to telekinetic it and feet at a time, I think.
Telekinetic the platform?
Yeah, can I?
You could try. Does it affect objects?
No.
I think
No,
it's
it's just a
creatures.
creature. Never mind. Yeah.
I can, but I'm wondering if there's an easier way. Are there anything other contraptions around here, or is it just like the cliff and the chasm and the platform? Anything else?
Yeah,
of
so
note?
this is sort of a circular chamber. Like I said, there's like the 10-foot moat around this middle area. But you don't see any mechanisms to... Yeah, it just seems like an open chamber with this chasm below this floating island.
Okay. And this island, how heavy does it appear to be?
Oh, it's huge. Like, this would probably be many tons of dirt and stone. Because it's
Okay.
what is it,
And
20-foot, 10-foot radius of like a platform.
okay. And the gem though is just sitting there loose, or is it attached to anything?
It seems like it's just sitting on the pedestal.
Okay. Did we try to mage hand?
Yeah. If you think that's the best way, I can do that.
Alright, so you're casting Mage Hand to try to grab the gem.
Is that a peace cleric thing?
Correct. No, I took it as a feat, the telekinetic feat,
That makes
because
sense.
that's
Oh, yeah.
I use it for my spirit guardians.
Alright, so as the Mage Hand is approaching, it gets within 5 feet of the pedestal, then just winks out.
Mm.
You feel like that
Mm.
area might be suppressed of magic.
Oh, suppressed. Okay. It wasn't like it was.
Because you
okay.
still basically have it. It's just in that area it's not functioning.
Yeah.
Hey, where's that 10-foot pole, Alwyn? You still got that?
Yeah.
Can we put like a little basket on the end of it and just use mundane methods to collect the
So the
gem
gem
instead of
is
magical methods?
well,
Yeah.
the gem is 20 feet from you. Because it's a
Oh, that's
10,
right, that's
10
right.
feet of moat, then 10 feet radius of the platform.
Okay.
And now you've learned that 5 feet from the gem, there's some sort of anti-magic.
But that gives us some room to work with that we could use magic if we then reach into the anti-magic area from closer.
Probably.
What's above?
Yeah, what's above? Great
So
question.
above, the chamber sort of rises up, I'll say 20 feet, and there's almost like a domed ceiling, which is carved out. Like it's a carved stone dome above. Like that's, basically 20 feet.
Yeah. I will point out the block and pulley thing that we use to get to help with the boulders. I wonder. I'll look over at Clank if we could make and I'll nod at Ria's suggestion of a mundane method. I wonder if we could make a contraption to pick it up from here.
Well, if we do block and pulley, we could probably swing someone over and then pulley them back.
Ooh.
We just have to take some pitons and nail them into the wall.
The gap is only 10 feet, right?
The gap is
10
10
feet,
feet,
yeah.
then there's 10 feet from the side of the platform to the pedestal.
Alright. Can any of us comfortably jump it?
I think several of us can, but before we do, should we do like a summoned creature or something just to make sure there aren't more defenses we haven't thought of before we go jumping?
Always
the gap?
wise.
Yeah. All right, let me
Smart
use
thinking.
mine. Well, I guess no, because anything I summon would. Let's see. Yeah, but we're not
And
testing it. The
I think
anti-magic.
we should also set up that blocking or that pulley system to swing somebody over just in case.
Oh yeah, I do. I
Yeah,
agree.
some of
The
us-
mundane method is absolutely. Yeah, I just want to make sure there aren't any more magical traps before the anti-magic field.
Both are great ideas. So maybe some of us work on the block and pulley. I'm not that smart. I can't make an engineering check.
Wait,
and then
Are you
Rhea
guys
can
serious?
do
How are
the,
you going to make like a Rube Goldberg machine to... How-
It's not the measurements you've given us aren't insurmountable.
No, I guess,
Yeah.
so what exactly are you making?
It's just we want to Radu suggested that we fix it to the ceiling or something like that, or to a wall, and
Oh,
lower
like
somebody down
a,
into it.
kind of
Pulley
like
system.
a... So
Yeah.
like a thing to attach a rope to so you could like swing.
Yeah.
I see.
So
Okay,
someone gets to be part of Cirque du Soleil.
got it. All right.
Yeah, it's,
Uh,
I think I'm gonna summon
oh, what's this?
Willow as a. Sorry, I was just checking the beast list to see what would make the most sense.
Okay.
It's bat, cat, crab, frog, hawk, lizard, octopus, owl. I mean, obviously, I could choose a flying one, but I kind of want to test the creature jumping over the chasm thing. So let me go look at their strengths to see which one can jump it. Go ahead, continue, guys. Sorry.
So how are you going to attach something to the ceiling? Exactly.
maybe to the wall, or maybe to the cliff edge. Might be easier.
You have the floating disc
can-
to get up there.
Oh, the, what's it
Uh,
called? The tensors?
Tensors or whatever. Yeah, Matt has
Oh,
that
you
if
can
you
use
want
a
to do
step
something like
ladder.
that.
Yeah.
Now, can the tensors float upward? I thought it just stayed...
Where do I have tensors?
I thought you had that, Matt. Am I wrong?
That
Oh.
might
If we have
be
ten-
my wizard.
While
Go
they're
ahead.
doing that, Radu's going to toss a javelin in the general direction, but not directly at the gem.
Okay. So the javelin flies through the air and will land near the pedestal. Nothing seems to happen.
Well,
I
physical looks okay.
Okay, so
Be
none of the
cranky.
familiars can jump that gap without flying. So I'll just summon normal Willow, and she's gonna fly across the gap, but not fly close to the pedestal where the anti-magic field is, just to see if she triggers anything.
All right. Yeah, no, she would fly over and land on the pedestal. Nothing seems to happen.
Okay.
Or
so
sorry,
then
not the
she'll come
pedestal.
back.
Land on the platform.
Platform. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So then she'll come back, and that at least tests for some things. There could still be others, but
All right,
Do
Kudo,
your
what
thing,
were
guys.
you saying?
wrote in the chat, but yeah, let's do this. That's it looks perfectly safe. I will say when I see that happen.
The
got
owl
this.
was not
Fine.
blasted by anything when it landed.
Yeah. We got so much stuff. We got block and tackle. We got grappling hooks. We got rope and chains. Come on, we got this. Let's do it. Let's set it up.
All
I
right,
wish we were
so
doing this on my paladin. He's got a ladder
I
in
do.
his chest compartment.
Where's your ladder? Yeah, you know, there's your robe of many things. Let's get out the ladder.
Who the fuck carries a ladder with them the whole time? That
He's
I mean,
he's
if you're
a
spelunking, it's not a bad
He's-
idea, right?
A
He's
first
Warforged
edition
with
character.
He's a warforged with a chest compartment that's a bag of holding. So I find it
Awesome.
hilarious when he pulls out his ladder.
Man, you have like
telescopic ladder.
so I guess you could use a piton to attach a rope to the
Mhm.
wall.
Cool.
If someone has like
Yeah.
pitons and rope.
We've got him.
Yeah,
Do it.
Okay. So you attach
It's
the
in
rope.
Clank's bags.
I assume tie someone up with it, right?
I'll go if you need a willing victim person.
Oh, I wanted to go too.
Oh, then you go.
Can either
Okay.
of you just jump across it? It's only
No.
10 feet.
You need
Or
a
power.
strength of 10 to clear this.
Oh, I have 19, so yeah, I could jump across them, right?
Oh yeah, you would
But
be the
make
one.
sure
Yeah.
you
Then.
make sure you have a rope.
I love
Yeah,
how
and really
Ophelia is always
achievement.
like, I want to go, and she has like the lowest strength.
Yeah,
But
but
that's
she's
what the
pretty
rope's
tanky
for.
otherwise. Yeah, she's pretty tanky, and she has like a lot of healing, and she can buff herself. So, my personal opinion is like if someone's gonna go by themselves, it might be the best for her personally. But I don't know. It's up to you guys. Yeah.
Radu is.
I think
Radu
Radu
has
But
makes more
Radu's gonna have to
sense.
do this one for sure.
Alright.
Yeah.
So Radu, after tying the rope to himself, will just hurl himself over the gap, landing safely on the other side.
I'm gonna pick up my javelin and put it back into my equipment.
All right, so are you gonna walk over to the pedestal and grab your javelin?
Oh wait, no, I'm gonna actually look at things first. Persuasion, yeah, perception, of
Persuasion.
the area to see if I can see any traps or any oddities or whatnot.
Sure, give me an active perception.
Come on,
Persuade the
persuasion. Ugh.
So you're looking around. The platform itself is like as the cobblestone on top. Underneath, you assume is just all the dirt, because that's what you kind of see from the side. You don't see anything like a tripwire or anything suspicious. The platform seems to be solid.
Okay. Should I just go for it?
Before you do, I look at the rest of the party and typed in chat, but I'm like, everyone grab sure and make sure we have a good grip on this just in case if he
let's
pulls that
also-
crystal, the platform may fall.
Let's make sure that our ends of the ropes aren't just held by us. Can we secure them with a piton as well?
Good idea.
On our
Well,
side?
yeah, it was secured by a piton.
Oh, okay.
I
all
thought
right.
it was.
Okay.
That was just a pulley system,
Proceed.
I thought.
Well,
We can like pull
what's
you
a
over.
pulley system? Is this an item you have that I don't know about?
Let's not complicate it.
A Teton, yeah.
Fucking
Is
tackle.
pulley an item? I
Is
don't
it?
know
Yeah,
if I
I'm
know
curious
that
now.
one.
Is that like an inventory?
Block and
item?
tackle.
Yeah.
It's line
Block and
item
tackle.
9 on
Isn't
things.
that a fishing gear, the block and tackle?
Yeah.
No.
No.
Oh, okay.
All right. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I'm like, you guys going fishing? All right.
No.
But we do have fishing
That's-
gear if you want.
Enter prompt here.
No, sorry. Give me 1 second. I want to look up block.
You're
and
thinking-
tackle.
You're thinking fishing tackle, which is line 34.
Oh, interesting. Okay, I see.
Dang,
I see.
You're
That's
right.
so funny. You guys thought we were fishing.
Yeah.
We were just like casting Radu off
I have
like we
never
were
seen
fishing or
this
something.
item before.
Yeah, this
No-
is interesting.
No,
Okay.
Chomsky has it.
Is
Oh
this
my
like
goodness.
I normally have tons of interesting, very single-use items on a
Oh,
lot
you
of
know
my
what?
characters.
No, that makes
I've never used
sense.
them.
Because, like,
It's a player's handbook thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
in medieval
Pretty sure.
times they had stuff like this. Okay.
Yeah, and
I spent time
that's
making
like a
this
first
buying
edition
these
thing.
things.
Yeah, I just.
That's
Right.
amazing. I'm
Yeah.
so glad we learned. I'm gonna have that on.
I
Some of my
learned
characters.
something.
Rhea would never carry this, but some of my characters would.
All right. So, sorry, back to it. So you have the block and tackle with your ally tied to it. And what's going to happen? What's he doing?
And we also made sure that one end of the rope is secured, like with a piton or something, so that we can haul him up, but we don't want to be the only ones like hanging onto the ropes if he falls.
Yeah, the rope is attached to the wall with the block
so
and tackle.
what does the ceiling look like again from looking up? It's cone shaped going up or cone shaped going down?
It's a dome, like a dome of
A
stone,
dome.
kind of over this area.
It's highest right above the pillar.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And do I see any markings from this distance or 60 dark vision?
Give me. Well, you can see it with. Do you have a light source?
I can cast light.
Oh, can you? Well, look at you. All right, so give me an active perception if you're looking at the ceiling.
Come on, performance. Damn, I'm getting sucky now.
So yeah, I mean the ceiling. You don't see anything out of the ordinary. It just seems like a kind of little bit of cracked ceiling, old area.
I see cracks. Get ready for this thing to fall on my head. Let
As
me know
I-
if I'm going for it.
As I look up and see you kind of staring at the ceiling, I also glance my eyes upwards and wondering what you're looking at.
I
While
look
he's
at-
doing that, I'm getting gloves on, so I'm not having my skin contact the
So
gem.
it would. Do you have any knowledge of survival, Ophelia? Like training, I mean.
I do not have survival training.
So the ceiling does look more broken up than you'd expect. Like you're actually kind of surprised it's still holding. At least with his light shining on it.
Can I send Willow up closer to the ceiling, being careful not to get above the 5-foot anti-magic field? And I will look through her eyes and look at those cracks closely.
Alright, so with your survival, you also feel like this ceiling should be caving in.
Guys, this could come down at any second. I don't know. Like, I'm not even sure why it's still standing.
Yeah, almost like something is unnaturally holding it up.
The stone. So we not only have to prepare for a falling platform, but a caved-in ceiling. Okay.
Do we have a tiny hut in this group?
Maybe.
Indiana Jones it. Put a fucking pouch of sand on the pedestal.
Right?
And take a gem off.
Oh, rope trick. Yeah. Plank could be ready with rope tricks. I don't know though. When we come back out, if we're buried in rubble, though, we might not be able to come out. I don't know. Yeah, but the caster can't vortex warp themselves, right? Plus, it's multiple.
Do we have something that if I toss the gem, you guys could catch it?
Throw me the idol, I'll throw you the whip.
I don't know.
Why don't I will yeah.
Wouldn't you just
Plank
toss
and
it
I can
into a
warp-
bag of holding as it comes over, catch it in the bag?
Yeah.
How come we're not just warping you back up here?
I'm thinking of if A doesn't work, B doesn't work, C doesn't work. That's what I'm looking on.
Vortex warp ready if we're having trouble getting him back to us with the rope.
Okay, sounds good.
Cool.
Let's do it.
You ready?
I believe in you. Take the bardic inspiration.
So you are grabbing this gem, right?
I'm going to use all of my 40-foot move speed to run up there, grab the gem, and push off to swing back toward them.
All right. I'm gonna need initiative rolls.
Yeah.
After I get all your tokens out.
Is there like a so there's already rubble around us from us crashing through with the water, right?
Yeah, there's probably some rocks around.
Okay. Is there some like fallen stones that are fallen in a way that there's a nook under a stone that I can crawl under? Because if the ceiling falls on me, I'm dead.
Oh,
wait,
no!
are we all under the ceiling?
I mean, you can move back a bit into the the hallway that led into this room. But no, it's just the not you all aren't. It's just the what's it called? The
Just me.
island. Yeah.
Damn it.
The dome doesn't go over the side area.
Oh, I
that
see.
you're in.
Okay, then I would back up behind, like up beyond the cracks a little bit.
Okay.
Don't forget, everyone, you get to add your EB Emboldening Bond to your initiative rolls.
Oh, forgot that.
All right. So as you grab this,
I have 1 second. I'm adjusting my.
Yeah.
I'm adjusting my.
Oh, your initiative.
With
Yeah,
the
we gotta
Emboldening
adjust our
Bond.
initiatives real quick. Yeah.
All right. Go for
Done.
it. All right. I'll read.
Same thing for Clank and Kudo. You guys get that too.
Wait, I get EB? I didn't know that.
Everybody but Rhea and Alan. Yeah.
The least liked players.
Sweet. Oh, nice.
So
Wow.
all right. So go ahead and adjust. Though remember, if you use this now, you can't use this during your turn because you will have used it already.
Oh,
No.
no. Well, too late. I'll remember
Take
that
initiative.
from now on.
That's a sure thing.
All
Yeah.
right. So the first to act
Thank you.
I'll describe what happens first. So you grab this stone, and almost instantly it feels like the floor falls out from under you as you start rapidly dropping. Up above you, you hear a bunch of cracking. So Alwyn, probably as expected, this everything just instantly comes apart as both the ceiling and the floor start giving way. You see him begin to fall with this rope around him, but also a bunch of ceiling is kind of coming down towards him. What are you going to do?
Pull him to me.
Alright, so you grab the rope and start pulling. Go ahead and give me a strength check. Trying to, like, maybe get him swinging in your direction.
Yeah.
Alright.
Don't kill my friend. Why didn't that go? Strength check.
Wish I had Indiana Jones music to play right now.
Copyright.
Yeah, no, I just get copyright from all the
wrong one.
money I make from my streams.
Right.
So, Alwyn, you pull. Doesn't do all that much. What's Ray doing?
Helping pull?
Alright, so she bites it, the rope, and also tries to get him some more pulling. Not the
More
best.
than I do.
Yeah, Ophelia, what are you gonna do? You see a bunch of ceiling falling towards him. As he's like swinging towards the side, but he's gonna hit the side of the chasm, and you think a bunch of stone might hit him.
Where is he gonna hit the side? How far? Like
He
down?
probably hit the side. Let's see, how far in was he? 30 feet. So he's swinging downward right now, like so probably 30 feet below.
30
You
feet
see, yeah, because it was 30 feet out from the, from where he was being held. Now you can pull on the rope to try to lessen that fall by a bit, like along with your other two friends.
Not friends. We don't have ED.
Yeah, that's definitely something I could do.
Or if you have something else you want to do.
Oh, you know what?
What?
I think I have a pretty ingenious idea.
You gonna melt him into stone?
No, but should I wait for Clank to do this? Clank can't say anything, right?
I assume everyone now is like kind of freaking out as they see Radu in this free fall. But I mean, he could say something.
I look at Clank and I say, "You got Vortex Warp, right?"
Yes.
Okay. On that note, then I will, just give it a yank.
All right, strength check. And Kudo, what are you doing?
Kudo will vortex warp him to safety.
Wow. All right. So yeah, as you see him falling, luckily the stone rolled a poor initiative. You quickly yell a word of magic, and I assume Radu, you're not going to resist.
Nope.
All right. So yeah, you
Especially since we talked about it before. And
so you suddenly appear on the platform with the rest of your people, as a whole bunch of stone is now falling from above, and this whole place is shaking a bit.
And Radu's uncurling himself from around the object and raising it up for somebody else to grab, and he's just gonna take a deep breath.
All right, so
Nice.
I'll help pull you up.
Yeah, a bunch of more of
You're
the
like on the ground.
rock and stone falls from above and just goes crashing into the deep chasm, shaking the place a little. As obviously the dirt and rock is now loose, and more dirt from above is kind of moving around. But you seem to be safe as it all settles.
Well,
You have this odd-looking gem.
So now we are somewhere that we don't know how to leave, somewhere deep underground, but we have a shiny object. Congratulations, everyone.
And no water.
Well, you know how to leave. You just go back where you came from. There's just
Go
no
back
water
the
Oh,
way
there
can
now.
we? I wasn't sure after we were swept down that chute. Okay, cool.
And we
no,
don't
it's-
have to
yeah,
tread
you just
water.
Don't have to swim anymore. All right, so you want to head back out?
Yeah.
Who wants to take this? Because I'm not carrying it anymore.
I would say let's drop it in
Drop
the
it
bag.
in the bag of holding.
Yeah. We
Okay.
just put it in the party treasury for now, if you guys are okay with that.
I think
Sounds
that's fair.
good.
So you would
Whose
notice, actually, as the gem, as you pull it out to put it in the bag of holding, it is now pulsing much brighter than it was on the pedestal.
I don't know. Perhaps we should take a closer look. This could be of import or danger. And is the rumbling dying down? It doesn't seem like more cave-ins are happening.
Yeah, there's like slight tremors from above, but it seems to have lessened quite a bit
Perhaps
after
we
the.
should take 10 minutes and... This group has someone who can identify, right?
Not it.
Yeah.
Radu,
Yeah.
I've been jotting the stuff down. It's
I don't know. Do
FYI.
we think we would like to know what it is before we travel along with it or put it in our treasury?
Actually,
should
I'll
get outta
say you might notice something. Give me intelligence checks, even without identifying it.
Like everyone?
Yeah, anyone who sees this. All right, so I'll say Clank and Kudo. It's subtle,
too.
but you would notice the gem seems to pulse brighter as it gets closer to Ophelia.
Oh. Seems
I guess
Can you see
Radu
that?
as well.
It likes you.
It likes me, huh? Can I see that?
You didn't
Yeah.
notice it.
Oh, never
Chloe
mind.
pointed it out to him.
Does it look
So,
anything like the
perhaps-
elemental gem that we found in this group? Because I had the air elemental gem at one point, the blue sapphire.
You don't know. Maybe.
I
It
think
didn't.
we
Blue
just-
sapphire didn't pulse like this, though.
It didn't pulse. Okay.
I
Yeah.
think we just get out of here and then identify it once I get out of here.
Yeah,
All right.
Okay.
sounds good.
So the group.
Can I, while we're walking, can I like ask to hold it and see if it does anything if I touch it?
Can we wait until we get out of this collapsing
Can
cave?
we get somewhere safe before we die?
Totally fine. Yes. As we're going back and we get towards those statues again, Lou, I don't know if that's too early. I want to yell at Green Dragon again just to cover our bases.
All
Like to
right.
turn it back on?
You stop yelling
You
at
want
my
me to-
dragon.
To make sure we're keeping it off, yeah.
Oh, what if it turns it back on when you yell it?
Then I'll yell it a second time.
So the statues don't seem to respond. But yeah, you would, with some climbing and some, navigating those areas, you would make it back into the room. The water is now drained. Unfortunately, I can't represent that. But yeah, there's just like a hole in the floor now.
Can we
Well,
loot the
are you
Minotaur that
guys
we killed
pleased with
earlier?
your
Because we never
adventure?
did loot him.
He would. There's nothing really on him. There's just some bones down there.
Dang. Okay.
Yeah.
Is
I
there
just knew he
anyone
was a
in...
decent fight. Sorry.
Yeah, no worries.
Is there anyone in the group that has prestidigitation? Ophelia, you do, don't you? Or no?
I
Am
do
misremembering?
not.
Why does that
For some
sound
reason.
familiar?
Yes.
Radu, would you mind getting this filthy water off me?
Oh yeah, no problem.
Thank you so much.
Oh, Radu, please, me too.
Yeah.
I don't like being stinky.
When traveling with women, prestidigitation is a good spell to have. Makes
Alright,
them
so
most
you-
grateful.
You,
We're all just like, oh, thank God.
Well, actually, the waters below. No, they were actually pretty
Were
bad too.
clearer?
Never mind. Yeah, it was all. Well, it was mostly stagnant. So yeah, it was all pretty bad. But you could see through it a little bit better down past the like grimy areas up here.
Okay.
But yeah, you would clean yourselves off a bit with prestidigitation. It is now, I'll say, about 12:40.
I confess
Alright.
to you all that if we encountered any great dangers, I, have expended my strongest magics. I have many smaller magics yet, but my strongest are all gone.
Okay. What time of the day is it, Lou, again?
It
Like
is
3?
12:40
Mm.
Okay,
afternoon.
we still got time. But Clank, can you identify that thing?
Yeah, for sure.
So, I assume you pull it back out of the bag of holding.
Yes.
So yeah, once again, when you first pull it out, it is not pulsing, but again, as it kind of gets close to Ophelia, it would start like pulsing again. And actually,
Thank you.
now that you're thinking about it, it was pulsing a lot less when it was on the pillar or pedestal, but you wonder if her entering the area started that up.
So is this a religious thing, a peace thing, or a what?
I don't know.
Okay.
Identify it. 10 minutes, we
That's the
will
plan.
learn.
All right,
Yeah.
so you are
Somebody make me some tea.
The suspension is killing me.
it's killing me here.
Ugh.
All right, so you are spending 10 minutes. Let me pass some time. So you find out a couple of things, but let me check something. In fact, why don't we do a 10-minute break? Since,
Cool.
Okay.
yeah, while I check some info.
Radu,
Side
you're
note.
the man.
Side note, yeah, like all of us, I thought played that absolutely amazingly well.
Radu Jones.
I appreciate the big burly guy that will put himself into danger. That's awesome.
It's a new experience.
I'm just like all the spells and things that we had and did was like super clutch. Yeah, I think that was like a very, very good party effort because like I think everybody brought something very crucial to that.
I don't know.
think
I
I
wasn't
brought
real sure if
anything.
like those big spells I was throwing like were necessary, but like I
You
didn't
kept me alive.
I
Yeah.
didn't have lower spells that I felt like were gonna do anything, so I'm like,
No,
let's try that.
seriously, you kept me alive. I started at 82 hit points and ended at 40 before the green dragon got mentioned. So you kept me alive. Thank you.
What are you at now? Or can you whisper me? Rhea has medicine. She'll heal anyone who wants to whisper her their hit points.
I'm actually gonna go around and do a balm of peace on everybody
There.
as well.
Radu, I need your total as well, if you wouldn't mind. Thank you, Ophelia. Oh wow, between those two.
No, wait. I misunderstood what you were asking.
Gotcha. I assume the first thing you chatted me was your current hit points, and the second was your total. Oh, I see. Gotcha. Okay, yeah. So then I'll bandage you. We'll try to top you off in case we have another encounter here.
Oh, that was
Thank
the
you.
perfect amount, Ophelia. Thank you.
Ophelia, do you want a little bit to top you off, or do you want me to save it in case we need it later? Because you're pretty good, it looks like.
Yeah. I
Save
I
it.
look over at Rhea and I say, I think I'm all right for now.
Thank you.
Save it.
It's just a shame
Yeah,
balm
this
of
is,
peace doesn't work on me either.
It's interesting using your spells outside of combat and exploration.
I mean, I think it's fun. It's just sometimes when you do it, you end up like in an encounter later where you're like, ah.
Yeah, and also it is kind of a risk. Like you don't know how it's like there's no like good rules on how it might get interpreted or you know.
Yeah, outside of combat, spells are more like DM discretion.
Exactly. But props to you for giving us that creativity and stuff. So that was
Yeah,
cool.
I was looking
Oh
at
man,
that
you should have
watery.
seen me in second edition when spells were even more vague.
Yeah.
It's like
I was looking at that
fireballs would like
watery.
expand down tunnels and shit because they couldn't, they couldn't fill an area, so the fire would just keep going. Because it didn't say that in the old fireball. So if you fireballed a room, like you basically fireballed 3 rooms as the
Oh,
fire tried to
what?
like find a place to go.
Oh, it's spread out. Gotcha.
I
Yeah,
was looking at that watery sphere spell, like when we were, we were getting the steam or the heat damage from the heated water. But there's nothing in that spell about controlling the heat, the temperature of the water that you summon in that sphere. So I didn't do it initially, and then when we were getting swept away, like, ooh,
I remember
What?
the first time I played D&D when I was like 10. I was asking my uncle what weapon I like did the most damage, and he was like, "Oh, that's a 2-handed sword." And I was like, "All right, I want to buy one of those before I go on my adventure." And then in like the first cave, I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna take my 2-handed sword and hit the goblin." And he's like, "You try to swing, but the ceiling's too low, and you hit the ceiling." And I'm like, "What?" And the goblin just stabbed me and killed me. I was like, "Ah!"
What is this fucking Goblin Slayer?
I know that happens in Goblin Slayer too, so obviously it didn't just happen to me.
So I believe second
That's too
edition is the
funny.
reason why create or destroy water has specifically you have to put it in a container because people kept using it in second edition to fill people's lungs.
Yeah, well, I don't know about that,
Oh my god.
but
I know they did at my table.
I
yeah,
feel like
That's
I feel like that's a
ridiculous.
little unfair though, because a trained swordsman would like if they can't do an overhead swing, they'd do a lateral swing or a thrust or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
well, my uncle was teaching me a valuable lesson about not just taking the biggest number
Yeah.
sword. I was
Yeah,
like, I
his
can't
uncle-
swing. It's
uncle-
too small a room. Ah, and just stabbed me.
Your uncle taught you a life lesson there.
Yeah.
Don't trust your uncle.
At
Oh,
least,
wait.
at least the goblins didn't do something to your
All
corpse
right,
or
this
before
wasn't
you died.
actually Goblin Slayer, and I was 10, so yes, I just got stabbed to death.
Side note though, thanks for having the patience, guys, while I was trying to figure out a way for me to save like myself and Redu. I was like, there has to be a way.
Yeah. No,
Didn't seem
I'm
that
like-
long.
Okay, good. Because I'm like reading through and I'm like, all right, come on, and like racking my brain, and it felt like a long time.
You went through pretty damn fast.
Yeah,
I knew what
it was
I had to
10.
do, and you just were like, nope, this.
Time slowed down for you. That's what happened.
Yeah, he got
Yeah,
back.
dude, adrenaline was coursing, and I was like getting real nervous. So I started like sweating a little bit. I'm like, I can't let Radu die. Fuck it, follow him down there. Okay, fuck it, cast a spell to save him.
Yeah, no.
When you didn't
Guys,
try to
what-
grab, I was like, ruh-roh, because I knew your strength was low. I was like, oh, this could be bad.
I knew I
But
could get myself
we have two
out, but I was
guys-
trying
we have
to
two-
come up with a way to save him too.
We have 2 guys with vortex work. So
Dude, that almost was like I was like, yeah, like I'm gonna make these stone spikes, so maybe we'll get spirit on it and not be dragged down rather than like a grate.
Yeah, I
And,
was
like,
like, are you
possible-
gonna impale yourself on the stone? That's
I was planning on impaling both of us on the stone, yes, to make
Wow.
sure because then
it,
I was like, we can
it might have
live
been-
through that.
it might have been less than the 20 d6.
I mean, that's true. I guess it would be less damaging than falling off a huge cliff, but
And I wanted to
in my
make sure
defense,
there
I
was no
still,
way we could, yeah.
I still had more rages for if I fell off the cliff.
that's why when someone said make a grate, I was like, yeah, that would probably be the smarter way of doing it. Like, just
I
stone
thought
shape a
about
grate.
that, but I didn't want I was thinking about how the water was gonna move. If I made a grate, would it bust it down? If we hit it, would it bust it over as compared to something smaller that would keep us in place?
Just make a
is my
stone
thinking.
door. Then you can
Yeah.
hit the stone door.
Grab the hinges.
Grab the hinges.
Open the door.
yeah.
Open the door, slide the door open, let the water drip out while holding onto the door frame. We're golden.
It's ridiculous.
I was saying I knew I could save myself, but I was like, no. That's why I was asking Lou all those questions. I was like, I gotta save Radu, and if you were gonna fall, I was 100% going in after you.
Ah,
All right. Are we all back?
I didn't leave.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
here.
My dog keeps
Come-
pawing at me. What do you want, dog?
Winning a lottery ticket.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Although
he-
he can't dash it, he doesn't have an ID.
Yeah, he probably wants a treat or attention
Yeah,
to
he
go.
probably wants
So
attention.
something very different.
Just wondering if he needs to be taken out. I thought I took him out a little while ago, though. He should be fine. That's fine. I'll take him out after. Alright. Yeah, well. Can't be too elaborate. You can just make hinges, apparently.
And you make a rudimentary lathe.
There are rudimentary like Stone Age, okay, maybe not Stone Age, but there are rudimentary stone hinges
Whatever. It's silly.
and crude iron hinges in historical record.
I call BS. Non-elaborate hinges. Come on.
You're like, no, dude, that's not allowed. And then I'm like, ooh, it says it in the thing. You're like, all right, fine.
Under protest, I allowed it because it says it.
Okay, fine. House rules. House rules.
I'm gonna write what's his name about this.
Matt Mercer.
No, he's the Critical Role guy, not Matt Mercer. the other guy.
Brennan Lee Mulligan.
Who?
Crawford.
Crawford, yeah.
Jeremy Crawford.
I don't care what Matt Mercer thinks.
So, did we identify it?
Yes.
During our
So-
10-minute break.
Sorry.
I know the suspension's it's killing you. Suspense, not suspension.
I know. I don't.
Well,
know.
I mean, in
All right.
Roddy's case, he
So-
was suspended.
Yeah.
True.
That's true.
So this is some sort of ion stone.
Ooh.
It
Something
has
fancy.
3 properties, 2 of which are hidden, but one of them is this.
Hmm.
Oh.
But you don't think this is a
I-
simple ion stone. There's something more to this, obviously, as it is not
Transformer?
revealing all of its secrets.
And it's pulsing when it gets
Seems to be
close to me.
attracted.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
seems like it likes you, or at least it makes light when it's near you.
Would you let me grab it now?
Some clank standings right now.
Yeah.
All right, so you're giving it to Ophelia?
Well,
I just,
go ahead.
I mean, I have no preference, obviously, and it does seem to have some sort of story, something that we might discover later with why it is reacting to Ophelia. But
Yeah.
obviously, all characters benefit from con, but don't forget that, like
Oh, yeah.
barbarians, that affects their AC even more. So.
True.
That is true. That is
But if
very
it-
true.
If it's going to benefit her, then this makes sense too.
Well, let me just put it like this: the first question is, are we going to try to make more use of our journey here, or are we heading back? Because
Well,
if we,
Sorry, go ahead.
that's the first question. Yeah, go for it.
I'd like to check the caved-in area while we're here as well. We have enough time in the day.
Do we?
So
I thought we said that it was
my-
going to be.
It's
a
only
couple
12
days.
something.
Yeah, but I thought when we looked at this before, the only reason we didn't work on it before is because we needed to bring like a laborer team down here for a couple days to get through it.
That was when we
or-
were above the 5.
Hmm. Touche.
So, if you're asking about this, I will say a stone shape will get you past it.
A single stone shape?
A single stone shape. Because it's just one
Well,
big
I'm
rock.
exhausted, Ophelia, but there you go.
I have it.
One,
Yeah, I used all
one
my
stone
big spells.
shape or one giant ape. Works.
Or-
One stone shape or one giant
I
ape. That's a
mean,
lovely
you could
rhyme.
probably do it with a giant. Well, no, I think this is a little
Okay.
too big with a giant ape. You need a stone shape.
Stone shape. Okay, stone shape it is. But so the reason why I asked that is that we actually going to stop for a rest to attune to it. If not, then let's just press on, and we can figure out the gem on the ride back home. Not
Yeah.
back home, back to Isik.
If we're going back to Isik
but-
today, then I think that we can investigate one or the other. Like we can investigate one more thing. I don't think we're going to be able to do more than that. So if we're going to do
Agreed.
this, then
So-
let's do it.
Really quick, I
Agreed.
just want to check on Alwyn because I haven't heard much from him. Is there anything you wanted to say or put forward?
I was definitely interested in checking out that rockfall to our south.
Mhm.
We had tried a lot to get through there last time, and I don't remember what we had tried to see or whatever, but we shot arrows down there, we sent lights down there. So I would definitely like to check out that spot to the south.
Yeah, there was like tiny gaps in the rock that we were able to peer through, and like Ophelia wanted to let her teleport, but then she was going to be separated from us.
So yeah, basically this large rock, if you were to use stone shape on the edge here, you could basically shape it so you'd have a way to squeeze past.
Before we do that, Lou, quick question going back. Once I grab this gem or whatever it is, does it react at all when I touch it?
No, it just keeps on pulsing. It probably pulses a little bit harder when you take it in your hand, but it doesn't do anything as far as you can tell.
Okay. I mean, we can discuss dispersing because I'd be willing to trade 2 of my magical items just to the rest of the party if you guys wanted to.
Can we
Do that?
wait
But we'll
until-
discuss that later.
Let's
Yeah, no, it's
go.
fine. We can always
Yeah,
just
yeah.
pass things around later. Yeah, that's the nice thing about magical items is we can always pass them around when we get new ones or people, Yeah.
Alright, so you can't attune to the stone yet, so you can't benefit from it. You're just taking it into your inventory for now?
Yeah.
Alright, so make sure you have that. And yeah, what are you going to do?
Stone shape this last door.
Alright, so go ahead and move over to that area. If that's what you're doing. This positioning might be important for this.
Oh,
I
And
went
yes,
to the back.
there are still 2 skeletons in this room. They haven't moved.
have we opened this door?
No, that door is still
Where is this being done?
To the
well,
south.
the cave-in is
South.
over here.
Because this is the only room I've been in. So
So, I would tell the newcomers, Radu and Kudo, and just Radu and Kudo,
Okay.
that when we were here before, this pillar in front of us, it absorbs magical energies. We can feed magic into it. It seems to power something, but we haven't figured it out. There's another pillar like it in another room of this place. Just FYI. Doesn't mean we're gonna mess with it right now. Just want you guys to be aware as we make plans going forward. So.
I have to stay out of this as out of character player.
Well, no,
feel
same,
like
exactly.
figure it out.
I'm saying what Rhea observed when Clank, Ophelia, Rhea, and Alwyn were here before.
hey, can we do a little bit of retro since you did identification on this, right?
Yeah.
Stone.
What about the potion that Kudo had?
Oh, good idea.
Do you want to take another 10 minutes?
Could we have people with alchemy, don't we?
Oh, it still
I have
take 10
herbalism.
minutes.
Right, but I could have.
Or
done
we can hold on to it.
simultaneously.
Well, you'd probably, since no one said anything, you'd probably just have to spend
I didn't
another
realize
10
we got a
minutes.
potion. So okay.
Yeah, I forgot about it until I was like, oh yeah, hey, duh.
Alright, so you want to pass that and do a...
I think we should just continue. Like we can identify the potion later, right? Or unless
You gotta, we can chill on the train and do all this bookkeeping stuff later.
Yeah. I was just alarmed by how the stone reacted to Ophelia. That's why I pushed for us to look at it a little sooner.
Yeah, and actually, let me...
Yeah, so was I. I was like, wait, what?
And it was a very pretty stone too.
let me
Had like
just
stars and stuff
make
in it.
a note of something.
Also, this fire over here, guys, there's like a lovely little fireplace here that looks super cozy with a roaring fire. Assuming it's still there, Lou. But
Yeah,
there's
no,
no
it's still
heat.
burning.
no heat comes off it when you get close, and you can like put your hand in it, and the fire isn't real.
Yeah. So for those of you who haven't been in this room before, it looks like some sort of alchemical laboratory. And yeah, like she said, there is a fireplace burning here, though no heat is coming off of it.
I do think Ophelia's
Or just really quick,
perception-
there's also a
Yeah.
door over here. It seems to be closed.
And I believe Ophelia's perception is a good bit higher than when we were in here before, if that matters for anything.
Correct.
So you said you're using stone shape, Ophelia?
Indeed, to another door that we can lock from this side.
Well, you can't really make a door. To make this work, you'd have to stone shape the side of the boulder away from the wall so you could squeeze through.
Fair enough. I will do that then.
Yeah, because, basically you'd just be moving part of the boulder out of the way. So that will... So you cast it, and yeah, indeed, you make a little passage here that you can squeeze through. Anyone who is medium or below can get through that. So are you going into a new area?
Yeah.
Yes.
Alright. So... Uno momento. As I transition you all. Wonder if I can control C to stop moving.
Okay.
No, it just every time you move, it undoes my selection of your tokens. It's weird.
I was joking because I wasn't touching my token at all.
I swear to God, Ophelia, I'm gonna kill you.
Excellent.
The file's coming out again.
Yeah, let me see. Can I copy paste you into new areas?
Where's the turtle? Turtle is gonna yell at me.
the turtle?
The chatbot thing, yeah, that you kept giving me warnings with. Carlbot.
Give you a Carlbot, yeah. Carlbot's like, stop moving, Ophelia. Alright, so you squeeze past this into a corridor. Which...
Cast magic missile into the darkness.
Pew, pew, pew.
Oh, I can copy paste you. That's cool. Wonder if it keeps all your
Control C,
token
Control
stuff.
V.
Yeah, that's exactly what I did. Alright, so...
Is that new?
No, I don't. I just don't think I've ever did it between maps before.
Yeah, I
alright.
haven't DM'd in a really long time. I thought I did it, but I know they've changed things quite a few times.
Oh, wait. Sorry, you're in the wall. There you go.
Yeah,
So
I
you
thought it was
are...
like fucking Matrix.
You come into this hallway as you squeeze past the boulder. It seems like it goes down a little ways and ends in a door. What do you want to do?
Emboldening bond would go off on the usual people.
You use it again? Alright.
I do. Sorry, I'm moving myself over
so-
just to put a emboldening bond on. I'm gonna go back.
That's fine. So as you move forward a bit, Radu, do you have a light source?
A bunch of us do.
If you need me to, I can recast light.
Okay,
I'm
so
right
you have a
behind
light
him with
spell.
my light stone. Yeah.
So you think the floor over here doesn't look entirely stable.
Stop moving, everybody. I'm going to check out that floor.
You want my 10
Here,
foot
take
pole?
this pole.
Okay.
Yes, the collapsing pole.
And he's going to jab the pole into the floor ahead of him like a blind personally directing force downwards.
All right,
Alwyn
so
jumped
you
all around the
are
Ank cave with that.
Oh yeah, that was our go-to.
jabbing the place on the floor that doesn't look stable, and indeed it would cave in, opening up a pit. So I'll say you were within 10 feet to do that.
A pit with a very tight
Okay.
threshold on the other side, yeah.
Why do you have a
Say
beer
anything.
mug on yourself?
I was looking for the light and couldn't find it, so I
So you
put that up as a
beer
joke.
mug? All right. Here's your
The Bud
blood spell.
Light.
So,
Light.
Nice.
No.
I didn't even go that way.
Yeah. All right, what are you doing?
Is it just this hole? There's nothing. I mean,
So
this path.
yeah, the beyond the hole. Now that you're closer, the door looks more ornate than the other doors you've seen in the halls of Tarsus. It's also a steel door. It's not made of stone like the others.
Anybody want me to throw them across?
Perhaps we should have
Yeah.
Berserker.
Toss me,
Let's-
boy.
Let's have one person cross first and investigate the door and see if it needs unlocked or
Tie a
defragged.
rope around them and then toss them across.
Block and tackle.
Block.
It's a 10-foot hole, so Radu and I think a couple of us can jump. But yeah, the rest of us will need help once. Yeah.
I'll stay on this side and help people across.
I can't jump that, so I need you to throw
Well,
me.
Right,
The,
we're not throwing people across. Let's not throw people
so
across to the very narrow ledge on the other side
the,
until we investigate the door.
So really quick, this hole, you could use acrobatics to balance along the ledge here. In fact, if you had something to hold on to, you could just treat it as difficult terrain. Like
So
if
then
you
we
had some
could use
kind of
pittance
like
and a rope.
yeah, if you want to
Okay,
attach like a rope handhold, if you want to spend 10 feet of rope and 2 pittons, you could just
Yeah.
make it not an issue.
So yeah, someone with the strength to jump this hole, and then like maybe if there's someone else who is gonna maybe need to lockpick or something, let's have them go over first, figure things out on the door before we start throwing people across.
Where's the fun in that?
Nah, yeet.
Yeet.
Like let's yeet everybody over to these like two what are they, like 2.5 foot by 10?
All right, so
Strip.
do you want to spend the 10 feet of rope and 2 pitons? I can just mark that as being there.
Yes.
Sure.
Please.
Okay.
Just
So you take a moment to set that up, and yeah, now you can just treat it as difficult terrain.
Nice.
As long as you go over one at a time. So, yeah, what do you want to do? You have this
Who
set
wants-
up.
Who's good with the doors?
Alwyn, Clank.
I'll try. Oh.
Before Clank crosses, I touch him and I was like, dude, I've always believed in you. You got this.
Would you like
Pat him on the butt.
a rope tied off onto you just in case you stumble backwards?
Pat him on
That's a
his
good
bird butt.
idea.
Tie a rope on Clank, and I'm going to be his anchor.
All right, so Clank
Wow, I
has some...
move
Go ahead.
about 30 feet back. So
Moving it out of fireball distance. Standard explosion distance. All right, so Clank, this door has a very intricate lock on it. You think to pick it, you need DC 25.
Oh. Well, I'm going to use a Kenku recall to get advantage.
Okay. Go ahead and link it.
Oh.
You also have EB and guidance.
Yeah, and I'll also use Emboldening Bond.
these 2d4.
All right.
You want bless as well?
Bless doesn't
Are you
affect
good?
skill checks.
Oh, it doesn't.
No,
Oh, that's
just
nice.
saving throws and attacks.
Cool.
All right, so you spend a
think that's
Kenku
everything.
recall thinking back to a time when you worked on a particularly nasty lock to gain insight here. Oh, wow, good roll. Yeah, so this is nothing. You're just like, whatever. And you manage to unlock the door. So, are you opening it?
Yeah, you guys want to step back or? Yeah, but yeah, I'm opening it.
So
Anybody
the-
wanna-
Do you want
yeah.
us to lead Clank
me-
before you open it?
Well, let us take a few seconds to arrange ourselves how we want. The Uncoil does not take up much space in supplies. So stand behind me. We good?
Radu, perhaps you go on the other side and join Clank for whatever may be behind these doors. What do you think?
Okay. I will
Alvin,
go
you
across.
climb on the ceiling to get a better shot.
So it looks
Oh,
like
yeah.
these doors open outward towards you. Just FYI.
Oh.
Oh, just grab the door and we'll yank you backwards.
Cool. Sounds good.
I'm gonna ready a telegrab just in case if I see somebody, or a telekinetic just in case
Can't
we see
ready
somebody
outside
falling.
of combat.
Oh, never
Yeah,
mind.
that's why there's initiative, or else everyone would just ready in action and
I've
constantly.
got a rope.
Alwyn will wall walk up and get a better vantage point to shoot from.
All right, so you pull the doors, which are very heavy, but strangely open pretty easily. For how old this is, you're kind of surprised. It opens into a room
Oh.
with a couple of things. As you look in here, it seems the room the room lights up as the doors open. As you see glowing gems on the north and south walls. There are statues in here, as well as what looks like a large pile of coins. And I forget, have you seen hollow points before?
Yes, we have.
Okay.
I've been to the range once or twice.
Wait, now I gotta do it again.
Da-dum.
Yeah, so it looks like another one of those strange hollow point pedestals with the handprint on it.
Cool. Well, friends, I am going to step forward and make room. If anybody wants to join me over here, right? Or should I send Dan Quayle to scout?
So
I say
as
wait
you-
for everybody to get across the whole plank before you venture super far into there.
I think he said
Cool.
Dan Quayle was flying, and the rest of us, the hole is just difficult terrain now, so we're not
Yeah,
like it
as
wouldn't
long
be
as you go one at a
terribly-
time.
It wouldn't be terribly far back for us to catch up.
So
yeah.
just a little bit more now as you look into this room, you would see there are actually 4 of those large statues. As I said, there's the hollow point and what looks like another one of those teleportation circles connected to it, just like you saw at the labs.
Cool.
What do you
You all
want to
coming
do?
across?
Clank, do you relay that information?
Yeah.
I look at
Sure.
Alwyn and I say, Alwyn, perhaps your ring may have some ideas about how we can safely enter this room.
Alwyn taps his ring and asks him if he knows anything of this room.
I'm sorry. Are you well? When did you have any problem with not just willy nilly entering a room?
It's true. But which ring was this? Sorry, there's a couple of these. Where
Ring
did you
of
find
mind
this one?
shielding.
Yeah, where did you find it?
In the halls
It
of
was-
Tarsus, you said.
Yeah, in the halls of Tarsus.
Because I asked you that, Lou, in case it had been where I found Drigda, and you said it was in the halls of Tarsus on the skeleton that was shielded, the dwarven skeleton.
Okay.
Yeah, it was that one. It
was the shield one. Okay, that's what I was thinking. All right, it is the shield one. The force field one, you mean, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right, so the ring would say back to you, which kind of catches you by surprise. This is the control room of the halls of Tarsus. I'd be wary of what I touch in there. And then it just kind of goes
Holy
quiet
cow,
again.
you guys. Apparently this is the control room for the halls of Tarsus, and it said something specifically about Ophelia don't touch anything. So
Oh, that's weird. It knows my name. That's
Spirit
super
Alley
weird.
Yeah,
specific
it's-
it was, yeah.
very knowledgeable. And Alwyn
More-
just kind of like quickly walks up and follows Clank over.
Yeah,
Okay.
Ophelia, don't touch anything.
So what do you want to do?
Anybody else coming over before I step in?
Stew
Yeah,
it
I'll
up.
come over as well.
Go in.
Everyone's so scared.
Jeez, yeah.
I don't fully blame you.
Ophelia.
So yeah,
That's gonna happen
you
sooner or later.
you enter the room. So far nothing seems to be happening.
I sprint over and grab the money. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Running across the circle as she goes.
You have till you take your hand off the chess piece to not do that move.
Just move.
To run across the room and pick up the money. Or else I will assume you actually did it. Alright, but you enter the room. Like I said, things are quiet for the time being. What do you want to do?
If it's a control room, can we try controlling the room?
Sure, how are you going to do that?
I look at Clank and I say, what if we put a crystal on this pedestal?
So, the pedestal indeed does have a cubby that looks like it could be used as a place to put like a power source, because it doesn't seem to be active right now.
How many of these shadow crystals do we have left?
I don't
That
have
seemed
any
to work.
shadow crystals. I have an arcane one.
Oh, that.
Crystals.
So the arcane one you
have-
use to power the train, right? Just
It
remember
says
that.
we have
Oh,
one.
No, we
No.
use a soul crystal to power the train.
Oh, you did?
There you
Okay,
go.
never mind.
Oh,
I'm a
the
liar.
inventory still says there's one soul crystal in Clank's bag of holding.
Cool. Yeah, that's
And
what I thought.
it's actually in the train. But
That's
can we
the one.
retcon
Are
it
you
that we
sure we
took?
didn't have more?
No, we
I
have
thought
we have
Sure.
two. We have two, and we have an arcane crystal right now.
Well, we
Well,
did
who
use one for the
has-
train. I just meant I didn't know if the inventory had been updated. Yeah.
So wait, do
One's
we
in
have
the
two?
train.
We had
So
two.
I
Yeah, go ahead.
had only recorded one,
Okay.
and
I
thought
think
that was
the other one was on Clank's personal
Well,
thing
and
rather
didn't
than the party.
we traded some in Isik. So yeah.
Yeah.
That was the third one we found, I believe.
Yeah.
That's
And don't
what I
We
forget,
traded
thought.
the third one.
this is the second pedestal like this that we've found, but remember we weren't able to interact with the one in the Alcavian labs.
That one
And
was
that was
powered already.
Well, was it already powered?
Yeah, because
Yeah,
remember
it
there was
was.
the room with the pedestal that had a soul crystal on it that was shielded, that you couldn't interact with.
That's right. It was shielded. We didn't get to interact with it, and the druids now control that space. So
Mhm.
yeah.
well. So Clank, you got one in your personal inventory? Then go for it.
Yeah, one of your soul crystals is still
No.
on the train.
Yeah, no. So I think you are right, Felix, because I just checked my notes and we had one the other day, and we used that on the train.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit,
so
my bad, guys.
that's what I thought. I thought the group only had one, and you had one that you
Yeah.
gave to
Gave
Zootown.
away. Yeah.
So you just
Yeah.
have the
All I did
arcane
was-
crystal.
Yeah, all I did was copy the previous ledger.
Yep. Yep.
We could go back to the train, and I mean, honestly, we should know better and take the keys out of the train. Stupid
Oops.
us.
That's pretty smart. Yeah.
So maybe, Lou, we take a quick circle back to the train, grab it, and come back here.
How quick
right.
is that? Based on
Uh,
our knowledge of the caves.
so that's probably going to be about like
5 minutes and 15 seconds.
I can
well,
go do that.
You know the way, so probably like I don't know, 20 minutes.
Wait, but we said Ophelia has an arcane crystal, right?
She does.
Can we
Do
try
indeed.
that?
Go for it.
All right.
just-
Yeah, I will walk up and put the arcane crystal on the pedestal.
All right. So as you place the arcane crystal on the pedestal, you would see the floor light up where those runes are, and the circle light up, and now the handprint on the obsidian top of the pedestal light up. So you power this. Wait, where did Radu go? Oh, he's down the hall.
Back to the train.
You go. Yeah, you're just going to the train. You're like, I'll go get
I'm
the
taking
crystal,
my
guys.
fully. Yeah, basically take the key out. Even if they can do stuff
Yeah,
here, I'm.
that's true.
All right,
That's
so
true.
Radu, you're gonna separate and go do that.
Yep.
All right,
Dan
it's
Quayle's gonna follow him.
I
gonna
will telepathically bond with him before he runs out the door.
Sure. So yeah, it's probably gonna be about 40 minutes till you get back.
With my 40-foot movement speed, it's going to be 35. Ah.
Don't you sass me. All right, so the thing is lit up. What's the plan?
Ellen, perhaps
Yes.
you could access the hollow point and maybe see if you can deactivate anything in this room.
Okay. I will assist.
All right.
Thanks, buddy.
So let me check something. That's weird. Let me check something else. Oh, there it is. So, all right, you will put your hand to the pedestal where the handprint is. Immediately, your eyes glaze over, and you are floating in the void space with all the stars around you. A small light appears, like a ball of light, and says, welcome. You are wearing the ring of Runemaster Athenian. Would you like to be granted his permissions?
Yes.
Very well. Representative of Runemaster Athenian, how is it that I can assist you?
Oreo? I'm looking for answers on what some of the basic functions of these controls are.
This is the Alcavian Labs is currently under lockdown with several contingencies in effect due to the attack of the forces of Orsis. You can stop this lockdown or you can stop these defensive contingencies if you wish. Would you like to know more about these or deactivate
Yes.
them?
Learn more about them.
So there is currently a seal up on the chapel doors in the south of the halls due to the detection of some sort of, or the detection of a portal to another realm and outsiders within that room. So the door is still sealed.
Can I relay this to the rest of the group?
How would you relay it to them?
You're in the Matrix, my friend.
Yeah. It will then say the gates are the vault gate or vault doors were sealed, but all of them have been destroyed, so they can no longer be closed. The golems in here are set to defend the items as well as defend this room from incursion.
And I turn off the defenses in this room.
He says the golems can't currently be deactivated by you. Well, they can be deactivated from attacking outsiders who enter, but they will still defend the chests, which each have a different rune master associated with it.
Can I set the
Which one is
stone
Alan's
golems
Rune
to
Master?
recognize each one?
They're not there. What?
Yeah, for the rune master.
Sorry, what'd you say?
Can I have them help me recognize which one goes to which rune master?
The 4 chests are for... Let's see... I don't know if I actually have the names of all 4, but I'll double check. Well, it would say one of them is for Rune Master Athenian, which you assume would be the one you can open because of your ring. You wouldn't recognize the other 3 names.
Okay.
And that one would be marked as, and actually you're over by the thing, so I'll put you here. That one would be marked for this chest. So you believe you should be able to open this chest without issue.
Okay. Oh.
What other questions do you have?
How long ago was that room with the outsiders accessed?
The
like
room...
when it was locked.
During the attack, the room was sealed as the portal opened. And the portal is still functioning within the room. It is not recommended that the door be opened until the portal is taken care of, as any enemies who might enter through the portal will now have access to the prime material plane. And the portal would remain active once the door is opened.
Yes, it is my wish to not do that. I don't think that I have any other questions at this time.
So give me an, I guess, untrained arcana. You might be able to figure out a few other things through talking to her. 9. So she mentioned something about the teleporter and you having access to that.
And that I can activate independently of shutting down the other defenses?
Yeah, so it looks like
Oh.
if you ask her about the teleporter, she would say there's currently only one other hollow point active that you can teleport to, and it would be revealed as the Halls of Tarsus.
Okay, let's activate that.
Do you wish to open a gateway to the Halls of Tarsus? Or
Yes.
sorry,
That's where we
the
are.
Alcavian Labs.
Or the
not
Alcavian
Halls.
Labs. Yeah.
All right.
Sorry, that's the
Yeah.
wrong one.
I knew what you meant.
Yeah,
From the Halls of Tarsus to the Alcavian Labs.
exactly.
Yes.
All right, so outside, you all would suddenly see the circle light up, and an archway of light appears in it. Looking through it, you can see the Alcavian Labs on the other side, because you all, I believe, would recognize that room.
Recognize it.
Yeah.
Didn't we plant a tree there?
Oh yeah, the tree is still there. I just went to that map, and yes, there's a tree there.
There is a tree.
You weirdos. Why did you put a tree there? I don't even remember.
I don't either, but I remember we
The
planted one
druids
there.
did after.
Oh,
Druids.
right, the druids were doing weird druid stuff. So yeah, they put a tree there. But yes, you so you can teleport to the Alcavian Labs right now if you wanted to. Through this
Cool.
gateway. What do you want to do?
I say, or well, Elwin, are you back?
Yeah, and that's the only other thing you figure out about this
Okay.
control room.
Yeah, I was going to see if they had anything else to tell me. So, yeah, Clank, as soon as I am back, I begin to relay everything that I just learned from my time in the Matrix, as it was.
It sounds like you should have a look at that chest.
Yeah, I'm going to check out that chest too, but I want to relay the information about the
Before you die.
portal and the sealed door. Yeah. Don't want to take that information to my grave.
Alan, did they say anything about the gold rather than just the one chest?
They said that the 4 chests were guarded by the
Can
4
you-
stone golems.
Hop back in and find out about that gold before we get attacked? Or in the gems on the walls?
Something about it's not for Ophelia. Just like, don't touch anything.
Priorities
It's
of
kind of-
family.
Oh, I'm not touching, I'm asking.
Also, guys, it may not be the worst thing to pop back in and discuss with the druids, since there were some mysterious ruins in their area that may still have harbored secrets, or I don't know, just to check in with them. But I wouldn't recommend us staying there. Like, I would want to come back this way and take that arcane crystal with us when we leave this room.
Agreed.
You
I don't know
realize,
if we should go
unfortunately,
there.
you would not be able to use the gate to come back here if you didn't leave it powered.
Right. That's exactly what I meant. Yeah. To come back and then take the crystal and leave from here. Yeah. Like.
Well,
walk away.
actually, you could use the one Radu is getting and leave that here. But I have no opinion.
Yeah,
I'm the
whatever.
DM.
I don't think we should leave crystals laying around powering these things we discover. At least not
Aw.
till we anymore, personally.
Oh,
How else are we
I
supposed to get
realize-
things into the prime material plane?
I realized I was muted.
Well,
A couple questions is, what time is it, and is Radu back?
No, he only probably left about 5 minutes ago.
Oh, okay.
So
Where did
he's
Radu go?
he ran to get the train
Okay.
crystal.
Oh. Well, guys, both sides of this teleporter are on the prime material plane. Who said something about transporting stuff elsewhere?
Yeah, that was the player for Radu thought he heard that mentioned earlier by the DM.
The hollow points are
That's
all
for
on
the portal to the south that is open. That's
Oh,
locked.
something. Oh,
currently.
yeah. There is another
Yeah,
mysterious
so
portal we'll
that,
meant to investigate. Yeah.
You would assume, and I'll say, you would assume, Al, when it was talking about that door in that, what's it called? The lab, the alchemy lab that was sealed.
The door, the
Right.
room we just came
Okay.
from that had
Exactly.
the yeah. So the hollow point teleports are all to different places on this continent of this plane, and were built by or at least last used by the dwarves of the 12th cycle, the Therians.
Alwyn, are you gonna open that chest?
Yeah, he killing me. The suspension.
We're all standing back like,
suspension.
Owen, go get the treasure. Do it. And we're
Owen's
all
just leaning,
we're all
leaning
like,
his wallet. Yeah, whatever.
We're supposed to be in and out of Tarsus and get back to Isik. Let's loot the place.
Just
All right, so
take the stuff. Get it.
Alwyn opens the chest.
All right. So do you have lockpicks? Because this chest is still locked.
I do. It's a big black bird.
A what?
Nice. A big black bird.
A big black bird. Hey, hey, Clank,
I mean,
can you
he's
help a
smaller
buddy
than
out?
the rest of us, but he's big compared to most birds.
Yeah.
All right, Clank, are you gonna try to pick this?
Yeah.
Got a
I guess
BBB lockpick.
the lock looks pretty badass, or you have to be badass?
It's decent. DC 15.
Cool.
It's not terribly hard.
But there's
All right, so you managed to get it open, and inside, you would see a very sturdy-looking, masterworked heavy crossbow. Looks like it's dwarven.
Oh.
Sweet.
Yeah, you can. Let's see. Does anyone have Fletchery?
That's what I've been working on. I think I've got 21 days left for fletching.
Oh, okay. So you're still training in it. Give
Yes.
me a. I guess give me a.
There isn't an official fletching toolkit, but there's some homebrews of it. Yeah.
Isn't there?
No, some DMs will do like wood carving or,
Oh yeah, I guess wood
Yeah.
carving.
but
All right.
there are some
Alan,
homebrew fletchers kits. Yeah. Carpenters
Alan,
is another one.
you gotta let me know exactly what it is, and I'll add it to the thing because I don't see it there.
I just put it in the chat for you.
Dwarven Masterwork heavy crossbow.
All right.
It's
So
basically a
The,
+1 heavy crossbow.
yeah, although you might notice something else about it, because
I do
of
notice it.
because of the way it's built, you would guess with your knowledge of, I guess fletching isn't a thing. What else would you use for knowing stuff about ranged weapons?
Archery.
Yeah, I'll say the way that this is made, you think it would double the range of it. So it's
A sniper weapon.
yeah, you think this would fire a lot further and yeah, basically at the same accuracy.
That's fantastic. Yeah. I would relay that back to the rest of the party. I can probably just go in the party treasury for now. Is there anything else in the chest besides the crossbow?
Nope. Seems like that is it. Just a very,
Okay.
very nice looking crossbow. Doesn't have any bolts though.
Boltless.
Did you take that?
What's that?
The crossbow?
Yeah, we're gonna put it in the party treasury.
Okay. Oh, so it's party treasury.
Yep.
Got it. Okay.
Clank's going to.
So, wood carver's tool would allow you to craft arrows.
That's not bolts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bolts are,
So-
yes, they are. Bolts
Oh.
are shorter with similar heads
Cool.
as a medieval historian type person.
I think it would allow you to craft both if I remember the
Cool.
wood
Yeah.
carver stuff.
Bolts should be the same as arrows, just
Yeah,
shorter.
that seems crazy to make another item for it.
I thought bolts were normally made with like a metal rod rather than a
Oh, that's more
wooden
modern,
one.
I think.
Yeah, it's more modern.
Should
Oh,
I
I thought it
open
was
these
fine.
chests?
Graphite.
Yeah. Carbon fiber fletchings.
Yeah,
Yes, I should open these chests.
I don't know.
No,
if
So,
I-
Clank,
how
if
much
you
ammo-
open these
no,
other
no.
chests, I believe that it will set off the defenses in this room. From what they told me, I could shut the defenses off for anybody coming in the room, but if we mess with the chests, there's nothing I can do to override the stone golems from wanting to fight us.
Yeah, you would guess you might need the Rune Master rings to open these other ones.
Without
Okay.
setting off the guards.
But Alan, can you go ask Demi if we can take these gems or gold without setting off any defenses?
Yeah, those are
Yeah.
fine to take. Go ahead and grab them.
How positive are you? Because you only said the chests.
You weren't in
HIV.
there. You should believe him, right?
Okay.
I take a gem.
So the glowing gem seems like, and you'd know this because you have Arcana. These are basically just gems with continual light cast on them, but these gems seem to be designed in a way where it increases the range to 30 feet. So it's effectively a lantern instead of a torch.
Sweet.
Now that said, it is in a metal holder attached to the wall. How would you get it out?
I will borrow a crowbar from Clank and pry it out.
Alright, so I need a strength check.
The
You
crowbar,
would have
I have
advantage.
advantage.
As you're
Which
trying
is
to.
still a toss up.
Oh, nice.
There you
Alright, so you put a bunch of weight against the crowbar and pop the little holder open. Luckily, not breaking the gem in the process. And take this glass gem, which, as I said, is basically like a continual light lantern.
40 feet, you said?
30
30
feet
feet?
for this one instead of the usual 20 feet.
Okay, chain. I will gesture to the other one. You should take that one too. To anybody.
Yeah, I'd take it.
Now, I'm
Here,
definitely
use
not
this
the one to
crowbar.
use a crowbar. So I say, Alan, that's definitely more up your alley, buddy.
I mean,
As I start,
Kudos at a -1. He still got it out. Go
it's-
ahead. Give
that's
me
called
Yeah.
bravery.
well, it's not a save. It's a check.
Oh.
Is your save and your check the same?
Oh,
Well, that's
lordy.
a lot worse. No, I guess it wouldn't be the same. So yeah,
No,
Alwyn's
not.
like, but this metal grate is not opening.
I have a
Let me
negative
show you
one
how to do
strength.
it.
Can you show me your
And
technique?
The unfortunately, with that low of a roll, the gem would be broken by your attempt.
You're savage. That's okay. All right.
So
let's
that
take the gold.
that
Yeah.
gem just kind of winks out as it gets crushed.
Oh, and just
And I
breaks
guess
out
we'll
of the
start
room
picking up
crying.
the gold. Start picking up the gold and disperse it evenly
Alright,
with
roll for
Radu, even though
initiative.
he's not here. God damn it, Alwyn!
No, I'm just kidding, you're fine.
Alwyn,
I was like,
you said
I told you not to
right
touch
now,
shit, and you just
Alwyn.
kept asking.
It was a joke. You're fine.
Dude, I got pranked so hard, Lou. You got me so good. Fucker.
Scheming.
Roll for initiative.
So good. So good, dude.
Alright.
I was like, God damn it.
So these are Tharian coins. There's quite a few of them.
Is that equivalent to old empire?
Yeah, basically old empire currency. There's 8,700 gold pieces.
What about the New
Oh,
Republic?
Jesus
Jesus.
Christ.
Nice.
Okay, give me a second. I gotta do some math here. Okay, done. Clank, I'm gonna move some stuff out of your bag because that's
Yeah.
where I'm keeping all the coin.
Just
Cool.
make sure you
Oh,
record
cool.
them as old world.
Old empire.
Yeah,
What I
sorry,
have.
old
Alright.
empire. Yeah.
Can we have our camp period?
Can you what?
Have the camp carry it?
Yeah, sure. If
Uh-huh.
you want to give them to your camp. Well, you have to go back to your camp first.
Sure.
But yeah, you
Cool.
can say.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, do whatever you need to do.
We'll do that later. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just have to bring it back there. But yeah, you could certainly leave it with your camp. Are you
Oh my
splitting it
God.
up?
I'm well.
Just
it's
the
just
people
easier
that
for me to
usually
add
get
it.
emboldening bond get it.
Smart. I like this idea.
Can I just put it in one thing, Ophelia? It just makes it much easier for me.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, so you're not splitting it up yet. You're just kind of keeping
For,
it.
yeah, I
It's gonna
guess
go
I
to
guess
camp
for
anyway.
now, yeah.
Party it.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I
Uh,
got distracted. I had to step away for a second. So, did we just loot the gold pile?
Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
And it wasn't
Ophelia.
ethereal? Sorry. All right, cool.
Ophelia had to touch something, so I let her touch
Or
the
a
chest,
mimic.
And he was like, roll for initiative.
Yeah.
And
Mimic
Ophelia
gold.
lost it.
All right.
And it wasn't a mimic either
Yeah.
that we know of.
So,
I can't carry that gold, so if
well, no,
if you
they
guys
didn't
are-
actually split it.
Okay,
It's just
yeah,
being
no, yeah.
held
yeah,
right now.
Rhea cannot carry 1450 gold pieces, so.
So Radu
wait, no, you
is.
You guys gave me a bag of holding, so I guess I technically could, but that's fine. Whatever.
Yeah, Radu is still away. It's probably been about 10 minutes now.
Oh, okay.
What do you want to do?
Hey guys, let's not tell Radu about this, and then we can split it one more direction.
Yeah, it's about 1
Just 5
1
minutes.
o'clock now.
Let's go back towards the train and bump into Radu on the way.
I don't
Yeah.
think I can do that, Alan. Radu has laid down his life for us multiple times, but I do appreciate the business-like mindset you have.
Is not our reason for taking these funds to fund our quests here? We won't
Correct.
need them.
Oh
as a
yeah,
part
I'll
of
pick back up the crystal.
Yeah, I was gonna do that if you didn't.
All right.
All right.
But yeah, I think we've achieved what we wanted to here.
Some of it,
Yeah.
but
So,
I
definitely
mean,
found
at
some
least
new
in this
spots.
room.
yeah.
so you said you're going back towards the train?
Yeah, because
yes.
Fine,
we
Radu.
can't really go to other places unless. Oh
There-
shit! You got
There
rid
is
of
one
the
more
door.
room.
Oh,
Is
There is
shit.
one
there
more
another
room we didn't
room?
explore
Hang on.
here.
What did Kudo say?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, there's other stuff to do, but we need to meet up with Radu anyways. First.
Yeah.
So let's meet up with him.
So
Cool.
we are going to be ending shortly. So I'll say you guys meet up with Radu back at the train. And we'll end with you guys in that area.
And who am I passing the? I want to say gem off to the.
So Crystal could go.
Thank you,
With
Crystal.
Holding.
Clank or
Okay.
Alan, probably.
Technically.
Where
Give it
is
to Clank.
this map?
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. So yeah, I'll say the group has traveled back to the platform. And yeah, we'll end there. So give me MVP votes. Any claims for RP?
Radu being the wild animal. he is.
You can't claim
I
it for
will-
other people. It would have to be them claiming it
Oh.
for themselves. That's
I-
MVP is you voting.
Oh, gotcha.
Like basically something that you did that was like had something to do with your background that was either like very clever or like detrimental, but you still did it for your,
So, for Radu, his ideals, daring. I am most happy when I'm risking everything.
I will certainly give that to you, so you can gain an inspiration point from that.
So
Would
guys, all we
you-
have to do is like put Radu in an extremely dangerous situation
Yeah.
to acquire treasure for us in every session, and he'll just keep getting inspiration points.
Well, until he
I
dies.
do want to know.
Yeah,
What you-
exactly.
I do want to know, like, hypothetically, I'm just throwing this out there because I thought it was very in character, but Ophelia, like, sacrificing herself, letting go and chasing Radu to make sure he was going to be safe and protected when he got flushed.
Well, it looks like Radu, you get a second inspiration point because you're MVP.
Oh, cool.
And
Well,
which
that's
Yay.
not. Oh yeah, is that an inspirational point or a story point?
MVP is inspiration point. The only way you can get story point is
Okay.
doing journal.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So what were you claiming, Ophelia? Let me look at your character.
I want to know the rest of the party, but like I always like try to like sacrifice myself and like am super giving towards other people and put myself on the front lines, which is why I was very much so like, yes, I'm going to follow Radu when it was flushed.
That's from your
When he got flushed
ideals.
down. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, I'll do everything
that
I can to
definitely
help
put
people.
you at risk. So sure, I'll give you an inspiration point for that.
Nice.
All right.
And I'm going to say I vote for Kudo because he's scared and doesn't want to die, so he did not put himself at risk. I'm kidding around.
I know.
Alright.
Do you have? I don't see anything in your ideals, bonds, or flaws area for Kudo. Do you have that somewhere else?
I mean, it's mostly in that Notion thing. I have all that stuff. Some of those. What are you talking about? My character sheet?
Yeah, I was looking at your Roll20 sheet. I'm assuming you have
Roll
those.
20 sheet.
Yeah, do you have those on your
D&D Beyond?
You have those on your D&D Beyond sheet, the background stuff?
I could add it.
Yeah, if you could copy paste it in there, just because it would be easier for like claiming at the end. But all right, so that was everything. I'll take some notes, but yeah, good game, everyone.
Yeah,
Good
fun
game.
times. Thank you for the session, Lou.
Thank you.
Quartermaster, can you update the quest log? So, because we
Yeah,
just finished
good
one or two of them.
Oh,
Yeah,
sure.
help me out here. Actually, I'm going to say you can help update it.
It's true.
Right.
All you
I
gotta do is
can-
click on a drop down and put it to where it should be.
Smart.
Hell.
Smart.
So,
Help your
get
quartermaster
money from
out.
mom. That is now done.
Yeah, we can delete that.
We never got mommy's money.
Oh,
But
this-
I'm gonna head out. Fun session. I'll see you all
Okay.
next week.
I need to leave too because tomorrow's going to be 0400. Yay!
Thanks, guys.
Oh,
See ya.
wow.
Thank you very
Good
much.
night. What was the hot tunnel? Is that the other one that we did?
you haven't done it yet.
Yeah, we just did the.
You just did the flooded area and the caved-in area of the halls of Tarsus. Because that was the control room, basically. I don't know if you had a quest for that, though. I don't remember.
Explore secret rooms. Repair dark crystal. That's interesting. That could be very helpful, honestly. Explore the
there's still
pillar
two-
room.
We didn't do that one. We did just the cave-in area, and I don't know if there was a quest for the flooded area.
There wasn't, but I don't think we need to add that in.
No, yeah, we're
Well,
good.
we're good. But repair dark crystal is something that's very interesting because I'm assuming that might be another soul crystal or at least something that can power stuff. So we
Yeah,
probably
one of the
should do
soul
that.
crystals I think that we have is showing. I don't know if it's the one we traded or the one we have
I
left.
think that's the
but
one you traded because you were like, "Oh,
Okay.
give him the shitty crystal."
Yeah,
Oh,
that crystal
so
that we
this-
gave him
this
was like
is-
cracking and like it giving off bad energy.
So you may have
And-
ended up
So
killing
wait.
Zooton.
Is this done already? So is
No,
that
it's not
Dark Crystal
repaired. They
thing
just
done?
gave him the broken one. So it's still leaking, but you know, Zooton is resistant to necrotic energy, so it doesn't bother him as much.
That's pretty funny. Okay.
But no, technically it was not repaired.
So it's a won't do then. It's not even paused.
Unless you want to go
That's
back
weird.
to him and offer to do it.
I'm gonna put a won't do. It's not likely. You can always switch it back if that changes. But...
Who was I was Alwyn this week, right? Who did story? Yeah, Alwyn.
This week.
Yeah, it was Alwyn. I just okay, yeah, because I just want to make sure I put him in as the former scribe.
The former scribe? The
Well,
journal
for
right now?
next week, because he's doing it this
for
week.
next week.
So yeah, so I know next week that
Gotcha.
yeah.
Okay. Alrighty. Out. Good games. Thank you, Lou. And see you guys next week.
Thanks, Lou.
Yeah. Thanks for playing. It was fun. I'll see you next time.
That was a pretty darn interesting and fun one. So
Big exploration session.